Is it coming on? Right. Let's have a look. Less than a minute ago. What's this? Hello, Pete, Dylan, and Gamer Squad. Let's see how much of a delay we've got on this. In fact, you come to that side. There we go. Oh, why has it put that bloody link on? There we go. Let me just sort something out, because streaming software being streaming software, it's already made a mess up. Okay. Okay. Can we delete the other one? We're with you in a fucking... we'll be with you in a second. There we go. So, streaming software, just an automatic tweet when you go live. And it tweets Streamlabs dot something, and it's not Streamlabs dot something, that's the software. It should be YouTube link, not Streamlabs crap. Alright. Mr. Jerula, Screen Ghost, Kyle, hello. Can't wait to see the new movie. You haven't seen it yet? And then again, people have work and shifts and hours, don't they? So fair enough. We're not going to go really talking about it much on this. It's not going to happen. I think it's way too early to start getting on about it at the minute. At the end of the day, there's still a lot of people that haven't seen any of it, apart from trailers or clips. So I'll just close my Photoshop. There we go. So yes, basically, I wanted to get Jordan on, or Jigsaw in the chat as he sometimes is, but we'll do that on a random day, I think. But last time we just wanted to clarify some facts about HHNs, and we don't want to go into the film, as I say. I've seen the film twice. The first time was the first time, second time was the second time. First time going, there was a miserable bitch in the cinema that stormed out and complained that I was in costume. The second time, there was only 4 people there, and then me and the missus and my mate and his missus made 8 people. But it was the first early showing because I had to go to work. So early showings, not everyone that wants to get up goes to the film. They always get to the late showings, obviously. So yeah, for a first experience in 10 years of going to the cinema as Ghostface, I walked into the screen and there was a few people there, just looked at me, smiled, waved or nodded their head, and then there's just this miserable bitch 3/4 up and to the far left as I walked up, and I was going up to the far right on the very back row, and she just saw me sit down, had the mask on, and I thought, God, what are you moaning for? I had the stab knife, this thing. There you go. I had this particular one because this is by Ryan Hills, but I have this particular one because 1, it's light, and 2, it actually does glow up in the cinema, like Scream 2. So I took that one, and you see this glowing up in the cinema. Do you think it's a deadly weapon? Or you're just on edge because Ghostface is sat down with some sort of blade? I couldn't believe the woman, honestly. Just one stupid bitch. Hello, Mr. Jigsaw, talk of the devil. But yeah, so I go into the cinema with that. There you go, see it a bit better now. And yes, this lady of some sort who had gone to the cinema to watch Scream, in which Scream there's normally Ghostface killing people, yet she saw somebody in a Ghostface costume 3 or 4 rows away from her, the totally opposite side of the cinema, so she stormed out in a huff, complained to whoever she complained to. 5 minutes later, there's a bloke coming up to me at the top of the steps saying, "Excuse us, mate, can you take your mask off?" I says, "Has that woman complained?" "Oh, yes, she has." Says, "What did she say?" Says, "Oh, she didn't complain to me, she complained to my colleague." I says, "I didn't do anything." Says, "I walked up the steps, people laughed, people waved, people smiled. Not that there was many in there, but most of them waved, laughed and smiled, and I just sort of acknowledged with a knife in the ear and then put it down again. And there's just this one prick that just had to sour it just a little bit, the experience. Anyway, I said to the chap, I says, "You realise that people go to the cinema all around the world on the screen films release, whatever number it is with the film." I says, "And most of them are in a ghost face mask or the full costume or as one of the characters." I says, "Alright, characters aren't as scary depending what they're dressed up as, whether they're bloodied up or whatever." I says, "But at the end of the day, this happens everywhere around the world. Ghostface killer appears at cinemas, has pictures with people, sits and watches the film with a mask on." Screen 3 and 4, my first ever viewings of them films, I saw them through the mask. I didn't take the mask off, kept it on all the way through. So I've said this on stream before, so my first ever viewings of 3 and 4 were like Ghostface mesh vision, through the eyes, through the mesh, through the mask. But this one git just had to have a problem. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't ask me to leave. Because if they had said leave, I'd have got asked for a refund. But it just soured it a bit, Anyway, we watched the film, and I think I put the mask on at the end to walk out, just in case anyone was about. But at that time, with the showing finished, there's not too many people there on a Friday afternoon because everyone's still at work. So it was a bit of a weird experience because there wasn't many about to appreciate the costume. So the Saturday yesterday we go to the same time showing because again I've got work. I hate work, but particularly the shifts at the minute, and particularly some of the stuff I have to do. Anyway, we go to the same showing yesterday. Me and my mate from the fan films, Arnold Screen Crap, and I ran him over quite a few years ago, and he smashed my windscreen when I hit him. I've said it on stream before, but me and him went. He had a standard Fun World costume with an ultra-white mask of his own, and I gave him the other one of these, which is made by Clive. And he had that knife, I had this knife, I had my sparkle costume from Clive, and we watched a film, and again, I was on and off with the mask this time, because there was no Mardy bitch in the film. But yeah, there was a couple just down to the left, and there was a couple just to the right of us, and we were just 4 on like the third from the back row. And it was okay. A couple of looks in the corridor as we went out, because you can either go out through the exit straight to the car park, or out through the door you've come in into the main corridor where leads to the other screens. I said, let's go to the main corridor, see if any reactions are out there, and get changed anyway. Use the bloody toilet on top of that, and then let's just go home. And I plan to go back. I hope to go back. Just possibly randomly on my own nighttime showing in the week, and just see if we get any reaction from fans, because what you see online with pictures and groups of people and friends all dressed up, it just doesn't happen here. Not much. Not in my city. Not that I've seen. It's disheartening in a way. But you see all these USA fans, and I'm not trying to single people out, but USA just do everything better with regards to Halloween and merchandise and costumes and masks. And cinema screenings, definitely one of them. So I just wish sometimes that in the UK we could have a USA style cinema screening where loads of people make the effort and everyone has a good time, and loads of pictures are taken and everyone's in some sort of costume relating to the film. Let me catch up with the chat anyway. We've got a lot of masks down here at the minute. There you go, 2012 Asda Glow, still on its tag, still with the stuff inside. We've got all the Asda Glows I own are just down here. But let me look at the chat and then we'll go from there. We're going to start getting into deluxe types, HHNs, standard deluxe EU stamps, standard deluxe glow mask, standard deluxe reshoot mask, and HHNs and Asda glows, and we're going to grab a few bits of mask information. And just word of warning before this stream cab is on. If there's anyone in this chat, and if there's something I've missed already, which I'll be looking in a sec, but if there's anyone in this chat come to spoil it for other people, and you're just going to post a random comment regarding the new film and spoiling it majorly, then I will literally ban the person, and if it continues from another link or another account, I will literally just end the stream and I will physically delete the stream. So please, people that normally watch the stream are quite fine, quite good, understand. But yeah, if anyone's going to post spoiler related stuff in my chat as this stream's going, then banned and deleted you will be. And if someone else comes in on another account and starts something else, or even if they start a new account and try doing it again, it continues, I will literally just end and delete the stream, because it's not fair. People that are watching it for the first time need to experience it just as I experienced it, just as many other people have experienced it, with surprises, not with information they've accidentally seen in a chat or a live stream or a private message or whatever, some sort of social media that's ruined it for them. So please, just keep it good, keep it sensible, as it mainly always is, and let's talk about some mess. Let's leave the film for now. I will be, just people that have asked recently as well, not on the chat but on private messages, I have had continuous questions about RJ's interview. It's still going on. RJ saw the film the other day. Now we can relax a bit, because 1, he's seen it, 2, he can't be spoiled, and 3, Paramount can now breathe out a bit more. So yeah, interview going ahead soon, yet to confirm a date and time, hopefully in the next week or so. Yes? What are you doing? Oh, you're not heading off yet? I tell you what, when hey, when you head off, just flash the office light on and off, and then I know it'll be you, and plus you won't give me a heart attack. Let's just catch up with the chat first. Right, the missus is heading out in a minute. Oh dear. Jigsaw JP slept in. Yeah, I did as well, but for reason of being bloody stressed with work. More work than anything else. Can't wait to see the new film, says Mr. Dillon. Hello from the Jigsaw. Hello, Mr. Stefan. Stefan is a long-time fan. Ghostface and Scream. Stefan in the chat there, once, years ago, he actually had a Fearsome Faces mask. Should you call him fearsome? I am calling it fearsome this time. He had a Fearsome Faces mask that actually split in half. How many times you heard that about collectors and the mask, eh? Literally split in half, if I remember correctly. Stefan, maybe you can confirm it on the comments. I remember him sending me a picture. I was like, what the hell's happened to that mask? Why have you cut it in 2? He's like, no, it literally went brittle and split in half. Which is very rare. Always some buzzkill. Yeah, tell me about it, Christian. I wore the mask the whole time. Second showing, I took it off here and there. Yeah, I took mine off here and there, because it just got hot. Just breathing makes it hot. Hello, Cheryl. UK people are boring. Yeah, they are with regards to cinema screenings and people making an effort in costumes, definitely. It's okay, I haven't seen it, says Pirate Pete. Yeah, Pete, I know you're better than that anyway, mate, so don't worry about that, even if you had seen it. Batman's the killer. Yeah, Ghostface is the killer. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. Any news on your shipment? No. My theatre is usually pretty packed on the weekends, even through this whole pandemic, but the 3 times I saw the movie, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I watched it with only 4 people in the theatre. Yeah, it was very similar here. I think the first showing there must have been 10 of us, maybe 11 before the bitch stormed out. So, and I didn't miss her. She's just a miserable bitch. Like, you're going to watch a film about Ghostface killing people, generally, and you get worried because of someone in the UK dressing up as a Ghostface with a quite clearly fake knife, and you storm out. She must have had a bad day beforehand or something, I don't know. But yeah. Hello, Retroactive. It's a bit disheartening, even if it wasn't really a fan of the movie. Yes. Cult of Personality stuck in my head. Oh, is that song at the start of his videos? Yeah. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what that song is. I'm snowed up. I'm snowed in, so I may have to do a live stream. Hello, Mr. Rich. Retro. Oh, it's okay. Talking to each other there. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I had comments on the Facebook, and the comments basically said, with regards to the first cinema screening that I saw of the film, and the woman storming out, and people said, "Oh, you got to understand, people are worried these days after what happens in America." Was it a Batman film or something that someone just stormed in and shot everyone? Was it shot everyone or killed a few people? I don't know the details, you see. You know, was it some sort of The Dark Knight? I can't remember. It was that long ago. And I says, well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the Batman film, it wasn't good if people died and, you know, some psycho burst in and started killing. I says, but that was in USA. As nasty as it was in USA. UK, it just doesn't happen like that over here. It's different. You know, people don't have guns here. And if they do have guns, they've got damn special permits, and it's very rare that they use them unless they're intending to use them on a target range or something, you know. Shooting club, place, whatever they do. So, yeah, for someone to come into a cinema in the UK and do something like that on that Batman film, it just doesn't happen. Whereas in the USA, sadly, a much bigger territory, so to speak, you know, much bigger country, loads of states. Unfortunately, it's more liable to happen than it has happened, hasn't it? So, I mean, in this case, maybe I made her paranoid and she just didn't want to sit watching a film with a ghost face behind her for fear that I may have jumped on her or something. I don't know. But I never did one thing to her. I didn't lunge at her. I didn't look at her as I went up the stairs. I didn't know she was there until I'd sat down and she got up, looked at me, sat down in a huff. And then about a minute later, she did again, looked at me. And I says, what's up? What's the matter? I says, don't worry, I paid my ticket. And then she stormed out. I was like, okay then. And I thought, it's alright, let her go, you know, don't say anything else. You're just digging an hole if she moans to the cinema staff with a certain story, you know. But I never did anything to make it seem I was going to lunge at her or threaten her with a fake knife, you know. It was just disheartening. I don't know. Intro song for my show. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sticks in my head as well. I see one of his videos and that bloody song stays with me about 2-3 hours. I think it was Dark Knight Rises. Oh, okay. Aurora, Colorado, 45 minutes from where I live. Jesus. It was back in 2012, Dark Knight Rises. Guy's name was James Holmes. Bloody hell. Dark Knight. I have a carry permit, but I don't take my pistol anyway. It stays in the car. Okay. Hello, Benza Puppet Records. Yes, Pocardio is here again, look. I hate to think what I've said with that word. I went in costume but couldn't wear my mask, understandable. It takes away from it though, innit? I mean, imagine you go for the film, you go to a film show and say, oh, by the way, Ghostface this time, he doesn't have the mask, you know who's doing it. Come on. And whether it's just a quick picture outside the cinema screen or whatever, you know, at least allow the mask for a few minutes, for God's sake. As long as it's, you know, supervisors or staff nearby, you know. Or maybe even just body search the fuckers and then allow a picture, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, if I'd have took me fake-looking Book 120, I could have understood because it looks real. But this, you know. Oh, Usher that takes the tickets, yeah. I saw a ghost face, he's going to stab me with a blunt plastic knife. Get out of here. Yeah. But yeah, why does someone always have to ruin it? Yeah. Well, the second time it was fine, so that's the main thing. And yeah, we'll see. Plus, I made the staff a bit more ease, telling them that I worked there years ago, and I reeled off a shitload of names, asking if they're still working here or in the offices above, which they knew quite a few. And that sort of put them at ease a bit, because they knew that I knew how the atmosphere normally was and the risk that could sometimes happen if you get some prick in the cinema. So I said, it's okay, you know, I know that you got your job to do, etc, etc. And that was it, they were fine after that. They were just a bit more relaxed. But to know that I'd worked there before, they was like, oh, okay then, okay, yeah, fair enough. So I've only been here 5-6 years. I says, well, I worked there in 2002 and 3, so it's a long time ago. I says, but I know you've got to keep a respectable form of order with regards to screenings and have no shit go on. And yeah, they backed off after that. If there's one definite positive I can say about Scream 5, the song used in the end credits has been stuck in my head. Yeah. I'll say one thing about the new film that I really liked and I wanted in number 4, but we didn't get it. If you've not seen the new film, then this will not spoil it. But it was nice to see the theme used in Scream 2, last time it was used, from the film Broken Arrow. So in Scream 2, Broken Arrow score tracks we use with Dewey and Gale when they're talking and that, you know. And I always wanted it back in Scream 4. We never got it. We got something a little bit similar in Scream 4 when he walks out of his house to his sheriff's car. And that was it. And it wasn't, you know, the best. And then Scream 5, we got a little hint of it. We got the Scream 2 one back. I was like, yeah, there it is. A bit of the themes returned. It was absolutely brilliant. I like Cheshire Cat. I was like, eeeh. So that's all I'm saying about the new film. But yeah, that track, I have it on in my car. I've got the full Broken Arrow score in my car on a USB stick, and every now and again I put it on just driving home. And some of the tracks, you know, 6-7 minutes long, and they repeat themselves, a bit like me on the stream. Yes, right. We're seeing a bit. Yeah. So yeah, I hear that theme all the time in the car when the car's behaving, which it isn't at the minute. But I always have them themes on driving home. Not all the time, not constantly. But yeah, to have the theme on recently in the car and then go to the film, like, but yeah, there it is. They put it back in. And it was short and sweet, but you know, it was the thought that counted, you see. Yesterday I was supposed to go see a new Scream movie, but my dad got the COVID. I mean, my whole family in quarantine. Well, I hope he recovers. Hope you all get out of quarantine soon. Don't know if I'll be able to see it at the cinema. You should be okay. You should be alright. I love Dewey's theme. Yeah, I like Dewey's theme as well. It was originally from Broken Arrow with what's his name, Christian Slater and John Travolta, which was a good film actually. Quite like that. And yeah, it was mainly used and used over and over through Broken Arrow. The same theme. It'd always pop in, a bit like Sydney's themes in, you know, the original trilogy. There's always there somewhere, wasn't there? And even a bit in 4. But yeah, to hear it again in this one, I was like, yeah, somebody somewhere listened. They knew we wanted to hear it again. And we did hear it again. Parts I loved, parts I hated, overall I enjoyed. Yeah, this... Again, I'm not getting into it on the stream. It's not the right time. But yes, definitely... there's definitely going to be a lot of discussion on the film after everyone else has, you know, sort of seen it. We'll give it a month or so. And yes, there will be a lot of discussion. There's 2 very well-known fans I was messaging last night about coming on the stream, and all of us talking together about the film on the stream, and then checking alongside the chat as well. So we will be doing that. And also, talking of well-known fans, I asked Nate Reagan a while ago to come back on after the film's release, and he said he would. So we've got Nate coming on again in the near future. Date yet to be confirmed. We've got Jigsaw JP in the chat there. Watch him, he's trouble. He's going to be coming on. But yeah, I wanted to go through today with regards to HHN's Deluxe Collector's Edition masks, identifying particular differences. And I've also got all of my Asda glows, which have been in the loft all the time, and they're getting a bit of fresh air coming down here. So yeah, all the Asda glows are here, which I'm going to use in reference as well. And I've also got in the boxes below the desk, as always. Yes, I know there's someone at the door. It's the missus going. But yes, as always, I've got HHNs underneath me. I've got a store-bought HHN, as in one that glows, and I've got a couple of the 250 batch HHNs, of course, number 11 and number 248. So again, point of reference. I've also got a black and red tag, Deluxe Collector's Edition, with item number on the top of the tag, which will do a little explanation on that as well. As much as I know, of course, but I don't know everything. Blah, 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 blah. Message off RJ. And yes, RJ did go see the film on Friday. I believe he left Funworld early, if my timings are correct. And he went with his missus, his wife Rosie, who you sometimes see on his Twitter. And I think his words were just, wow. Ghostface lives, you know, good work by everyone involved. Paramount, Spyglass, Tyler, Matt, Chad, you know, everyone. So, yes. I also, for a long time, just before getting into these masks, for a long time, David Arquette had followed me, and I sent him a message just saying, you know, good to see you in the new film, and he actually responded. He's followed me for ages. I sent him a message when he followed saying thanks for following, and he never said anything. And I messaged him the other day, and he come almost straight back. I was like, oh, he's looking at his phone now then. But yeah, David Arquette responding. I was like, is it something like thanks for being a fan? You know, there was a little bit else to it, but you know, that's between me and him. But yeah, it was good. It was really nice to actually have a response from David. I've never really had anything off Courtney. I don't think she's on Twitter anymore, is she? And I know Nev doesn't do Twitter, but maybe if Nev gets back over here again one day to a convention, I'll make more of an effort to go. And yeah, new film's just a new film, but at a different time, that film will be heavily, and I emphasise, heavily discussed. Heavily. Good film. Good, damn good film, but heavily discussed in the future. Right. Let's have a look. Scott Hughes. I know that name. I saw, what was it, Scream 5 yesterday, and it was better than Scream 4. Anxiously waiting for Doug's Scream 5 guide. Scream 5 guide. Yes, I know. Douglas has been busy with the videos lately. Personally, I'm not going to try and do any guides myself because us as fans don't know everything. But us as fans do know quite a bit, especially if you go off Nate Reagan's info. Then Nate Reagan can talk to Douglas, then Douglas puts it into a video, and we can learn from it. But I need to personally talk to RJ about what exactly he sent to the set. I know Resurrection Masks were sent, I know the Oil Slick were sent, I know Silver Chromes were sent, I know loads of Ultra Whites were sent. So yeah, questions for RJ. I've also got an additional A4 side of paper with more questions for RJ in the upcoming interview, but we'll get to that at the right time. Right. I missed the forums because I remember getting on there day after Scream 4's release and it was crazy. Yes. Have you seen the new Ghostface plush? Yes, I've seen it, and it was on my stream last week, or just over a week ago. When did I last stream? Anyway, yes, I was in two minds whether it was authorised or real. So I asked RJ about it, and there was no response. I don't think he actually saw the link that I sent him. So yeah, I'm in two minds whether it's even real at the minute, but I don't like the look of it. So I've seen it, I'm not keen on it, I'm not in a rush to buy it, and I don't even know if it's authorised or real. So that's the information from this end at the minute. I will be asking him again. Dying for a HHN, once my 2010 collectors gets here, I'll take photos. Scream 5 mask guy. Yeah, that's okay, yeah. I know what you meant. Okay. Right. Over the years, hang on a minute, if he's still watching, Steve Jarula, I'm just thinking as I look at these boxes, Steve Jarula, if you're still watching, your costume will go out tomorrow. Also, another young lady that watches my game streams, her costume's going out tomorrow. And also, if Dylan's still watching, let me know what you want to do, because I think these masks are the UK distributor, and the customs and trading standards hell, I think they're still going to be there for a little bit longer. So let me know if you want yours sending out, and let's sort out some PayPal, if that's the case. There's 4 costumes I had available. One to Dylan, one to Jamil, who was on the stream last week here and there, one to Steve Jarula, one to a lady that watches the game stream. So that was the 4 allocated ones gone, and I've got 2 here that I'm just going to hang on to for now, for personal collection. Anyway, let's make sure we don't show a particular mask. Yeah, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. Where's the other one? Ah, here's one we need. That's one of them. What's that? There you go, Resurrection. We'll use the Resurrection as a reference. Oh, here's the other one. There you go. See that? That's all you're seeing. That is a mask I am forbidden to show anyone from the front. HHN. There you go. We're not going to bother with this one, but Deluxe Bronze Goldie colour. Where's the other one? Number 11 HHN. Number 248. Where's the other one? Ah, is that it? There you go. Yeah, store-bought HHN. We may have to put the ring light on and off a few times, but that's okay. Because it's just glaring everything. Even though I've turned it down. Okay. Hang on a minute. There you go, that should be a little better. Let's just do that again. It's not too bad. Right. Are we any closer to getting to see those special masks? No, not one bit. Not one bit. Not one bit, unfortunately. All three of them are just down here now. Two of them maybe in the future, I'm guessing, and another one. Again, you'll see, in the future, when he says, right, you can show him, you'll see exactly why. One of them is so special. So special. But I can't say shit, so I'm not going to say shit. And I will get in a lot of trouble if I produce them on the stream. Whether there's 50 people or whether there's 2 people watching, I will be in shit. So it's not going to happen. Right then. So Resurrection we can use as a reference in a second. I need somewhere to put all this. There we go. Just pull everything out. Oh God, look at all this, look at all this. Boxes, if and when needed. Oh, dear. So, boxes for when someone says, oh, I want one of those old collector's edition costumes you got. And I think, well, have I got a bigger box? Yeah, we have down there. Because normally I've got small ones. Right, so we've got Resurrection, which we're going to go over some similarities with in a minute with HHNs. We have Asda Glows, which we'll tell you some little facts about with regards to similarities of Deluxe Collector's Edition glow types, which is one of these. I might still have to just, yeah. That's a bit better. I'm just going to leave the ring light off for now because it just makes it easier. What have we got here? So, black and red tag with item number on it. Another form of collector's edition, which is April to June 2010. This sounds like the one Jigsaw in the chat's got coming. Sounds like one, with regards to manufacture date at least. Sounds very similar. Right. A couple more Asda Glows. We've got here 2012 and 2011. I tell you, this room just ain't big enough, it really isn't. So here we have a Deluxe Glow, which is essentially an Asda Glow in a Deluxe hood. Here we have, we will take them out of the bags. Here we have an EU stamp standard Deluxe, believed to be second run. So thicker quality mesh, rather than the first run, which was almost as if the shroud was non-existent when you put your hand under it and saw most of your hand looking back at you. And to say there was a bit of material over that, it was a bit weird. So one of the hen's teeth of Deluxe Collector's Editions is a reshoot Deluxe Collector's Edition. Not just HHNs were here, but these were hard to find as well, and these also came in Deluxe Mask and Knife sets. depending where you went, what store chain you went into, whether you was lucky or not, you would sometimes see these with the mask and knife. Other times you'd see them on collector's edition tags, TD reshoot mould, aka Walgreens reshoot, or aka just, yeah, standard TD mould. We also have, again for reference, all of these have come out the loft. Again, you know, it's a shame we can't display them. I mean, the zombies aren't affected, and these masks I brought down aren't really affected. But if anyone ever broke in this house and stole all my best deluxes, I wouldn't be too happy. So I keep them in the loft out of the way. I probably should with other masks as well. So, my tag has the ASIS Screen 4 block. Oh, okay. Oh, yours is same as this, isn't it? One of them. Right. Oh, is that many masks? Just to change the subject for 3 seconds. See, if I'd have gone into the cinema with these, any of these, because of the point on them, I could possibly understand the lady's concern. Because one, that looks probably more real. And two, even though it glows, it's still got a nasty point on it. So if I had any of those in the cinema, I could understand the storming out and the being a miserable bitch. But I didn't have any of those. They've been here all the time. To be honest, if you're asking for trouble, then take one of those to the cinema, you're probably going to get the coppers cord on you, aren't you? So again, I don't want it. I just want to go in, have a bit of fun, watch the film, home we go. So, but the ESS 2010, yeah, that is very weird, Jordan. That is very weird. I'm pining to see the pictures of that when you get it, because I'm interested in that greatly. So, oh, this fucking chair, honestly. Just let me get a better chair. This chair, honestly, it was 100 odd bleeding quid less than a year ago. And it still messes up. Okay. And the missus closed the door all the way, so God, it's like a sauna in here. Right then. Let's get on with it. In recent time, and I'm just checking the chat here in case there are any spoilers that need deleting and banning. Thankfully, it's reasonable, so thank you very much for that. In recent time, a picture went up. I believe it was from Frank McGovern, wasn't it? And he put up a picture, and this mass confused a few people, not because Frank did anything wrong, not because of any other reason, but I think the image went up and people got a little confused. So here I am now. We're going to explain some differences and similarities among Deluxe Collector's Edition hooded masks. HHN's standard EU hooded masks that did not glow, EU masks that did glow, as in HHN, store bought from Universal, or I believe the odd ones appeared at Target stores as well. Why, I don't know. And apparently they sold for $30. Again, something the American fans can probably relate to, because some of them probably bought them. And of course there was that one chap who worked at Universal, and the chap come to him one day, says, I've got a bunch of these masks, I'm going to sling them, do you want them, because I know you like Scream. And he kept them, and obviously in more recent months he actually sold a few of them. If he has any left, who knows, but I forget the chap's name. Anyway, let's start. So this is, oh, he still smells. This is mask number 11 that we'll show in a second. So during all the Collector's Edition Deluxe HHN, you know, during all this time there was variations in the hoods, or what they called a dwarf hood, on these Collector's Edition Deluxe types, whether it was HHN, glow mask, flimsy EU stamp, or sturdy EU stamp, sturdy being the HHNs, or whether it's the zombies, whether it's the reshoots, all of them had this hood in one way or another. So what they nicknamed at the time dwarf hood existed on zombies, reshoots, Asda glow masks with regards to a collector's edition type, or the same type of mask inside the hood at least, standard bendy EUs and stiff EUs, which were HHNs, and also EUs that glowed, as in Universal Store-Bought, aka Target Corporation store-bought masks. And I always remember getting told they were $30. That's how it sticks in my head. So I haven't got every single type of run of Deluxe Collector's Edition hood, but for what I have here, it will suffice for the information being given. Also, another type that I didn't mention that I will now, Scream Resurrection mask had a very similar dwarf hood, except major changes, which again we can show you. So, this, look at this. Yeah, this isn't too bad. So because of the fact I can't see much of my hand through this mesh, and I've not looked at this in 100% detail, I've owned it about 6-7 years. But this is believed, not fully confirmed, but definitely believed with the material used on the shroud, that this is a second run Deluxe Collector's Edition mask. All these bloody words to put into the description. So what you look at here is a bit of a fringe. You see it on the camera there. Bit of a fringe all the way round. But this has been stored, and not stored to the best, I hate to say. But you can see the this is, you know, got a bit of width on it. It's not exactly thin. From, you know, finger end to finger middle there. It's quite wide. This is a not the most bendy, but a pliable mask. Okay. And he has got a bit of smell left, but this, as I say, believed to be, and more likely is, second run Collector's Edition Deluxe mask. EU stamp, flexible mask, not HHN. Okay, so Collector's Edition, you know what the tags are like, there they are. Something that the UK Customs should take note of even in 2011. Adult costume accessory recommended for ages 15 years and up. How did you miss that, you Customs pricks? Aye, because they're even on 2021 stock. Anyway, as we turn round, this is part of the identification sometimes with regards to EU stamped masks with Deluxe Collector's Edition hoods, even HHNs. So, this is going to have to be something I put on the website as images. But even the particular font here, the style of font, the character used for the font, and even the factory where it is, this basically helps confirm we have got a deluxe mask of some sort. So say this didn't have a tag, then you're going to be looking inside for your label, which there is. And as it says inside, which you're not going to be able to see too well in there, but basically EU stamps with Deluxe Collector's Edition hoods, it's a right mouthful, isn't it? Were all mainly, it seems at least, from the header tags and the inner labels, they were all made in Foshan. So made in Foshan, Guangdong, China. Same with 25th anniversary masks from 2021, which we still haven't got. Same with quite a few EU stamps in the past. 2017 EU stamps and a few other masks in the past will have on the header tags made in Yangjiang, which is like Yangjjiang or something. So Yangjiang and Foshan, factories that have done EU stamps. Okay, but for the most part, you look at the back of these tags or inside the inner label, you're going to see Foshan somewhere. But if they are tagged, which most of them still thankfully are with Deluxes, you're going to have a particular style of font, which is a very like fine font, almost similar to the movie poster font, except a little bit probably more stretched side to side, but a very thin font. And it just says made in Foshan, Guangdong, China. You got this dodgy 11060 Rex 07. The 060 normally relates to April to June, in which this one is. Manufacture date April to June 2011. And yes, Deluxes did exist on 2010s, but for the most parts, on these tags at least, it was 2011 productions for these types of masks. So, standard collector's edition masks, earlier ones of this would have a much thinner shroud, and you could easily see your hand through it, as I do this, even with the ring light as we'll do here. You can see the hand, but not much. You can see where my fingers are. But if this was a first run, you'd be seeing a hell of a lot more pink of the flesh there, so to speak. So remember, tagged Foshan on the inner labels. If it's really easy to see your hand, more likely it's a first run. If it's not as easy to see your hand, more likely it's a second run. Most of them, whether first or second runs, still say April to June 2011 on the manufacturer. It's just how it is, okay? So, Eagles to one side. Where's the other one? Okay. So, let's just keep the HHNs together for a minute. School splitter. Wore my whole costume and mask without an issue. God, I wish I could. On the first showing I had trouble. Well, a little bit of trouble, and on the second showing, thankfully, we was fine. Yeah. But hello, School Splitter. Right then, continuing on. Yeah, that was not too bad either. So, I believe, we can't always fully confirm, but again, look for the thinness in the shroud. Easy to see your hand, more likely first run. A bit harder to see your hand, more likely second run. Unless you got a HHN, and again, we'll get into that. So here we are then. Collector's edition. Same tag. This one's a bit more of a glossy tag. You notice that? A bit more of a shine on him for some reason. So glossy tags. Someone ever says, oh, I've got a collector's edition tag if you only want the tag, and it's got a bit of gloss on. It could have come off a glow type. Right. This ain't going to focus because it's a piece of crap camera, which we need to change really. But for what you see of that blurred bit of text there, that font is very bold compared to the last font. Yeah. So just have a look at the... see the font there is almost scrunched together from the sides, as if you pushed it into from the sides. Very small, very fine font. Sort of nice and neat. And then you got this big, bold, sort of longer font. Yeah, on the Deluxe glow mask. So back over he goes. So this one appears to have a bit of a longer hood as well. In fact, let's compare. Oh, look at the difference. Look at the difference. Jesus. So the EU stamp. Jeez. I'm wondering if that's a very late first run. Jesus, man. Now that's a difference. That's a difference. Jesus Christ. So, this is probably the reason for the differences as we'll get into details now. So here we have Deluxe Collector's Edition. More likely a second run from the length of the hood. Definitely from the thickness of the hood. And the how much you can see your hand. So this says, remember last time, Foshan, yeah? So here we are, made in Dongguan. So D-O-N-G-G-U-A-N. Made in Dongguan, Guangdong, China. 11060 HFW11. So none of that Rex 07 on this one. What all these codes mean, I don't know. RJ says they know at Fun World, and that's for their, you know, their records. But yeah, HFW. Here we go. But yeah, EU looks much longer. No, that was the glow that's much longer. EU was shorter. And manufacture date April to June 2011. So remember, not Foshan, this is Dongguan, if that's how you pronounce it. So the thing with Deluxe Collector's Editions and even HHNs is they all have the same item number. You know, like EU stamps, ultra whites, all of them are 9206, yeah? Whether it's S9206, 9206S, or just 9206, or mainly the ghost face is 9206 of some sort. Whether with a letter at the end of it, depending. S, RJ always stated, just meant scream. So, this one, 93229, is your main item number. Apart from zombies, I believe. So, Deluxe Glow, Deluxe Non-Glow, Flexible EU. TD stamp is all 93, where is it? Yeah, 229. So essentially, and this one has got a few spots. See, this one has got some spotties. It's a shame because this is one of the better glows I own, but he's still got spots. So number one, be wary of the spots. You got a mask like this, got some spots. Keep it away from other masks. This will be getting bagged up as soon as possible when I finish rambling about it. So keep them away from other masks. Hence why I keep others in bags when it's nearby. Keep it away. Do not let this material touch anything else with regards to other masks. Don't go smearing all this over your Fantastic to wipe dust off it. Don't. Just, you won't be happy afterwards. So, you see the light through the background there? See through the eyes? See how the mesh is, you know, you can see through basically. But longer shroud when hanging down. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in here because I haven't got a torch that would do it quickly. But this is basically easily noticeable when it's at the side of you like it is to me now. This is easily noticeable and has almost like a creamy colour to it instead of a white colour. This is Stampless Chin Deluxe Glow Collector's Edition. Okay, so essentially this mask on its own, just this little mould, just this chemicals or mix, whatever they've done with it to get the glow, this is essentially the same as an Asda Glow mask. It's just got a deluxe shroud and obviously a collector's edition tag. So all collector's edition glow masks are an ultra white mould with a stampless chin and glow up like mad when you get the torch or the LED light or whatever on them. They will really glow whether spotty or not. So just remember, Dongguan is the main factory name. Difference in font, bigger font, clearer font, bolder font compared to the previous EU stamp. Much finer font, much smaller font, which was made in Foshan. So I'm sure some of you are going to sleep in a minute, but I want these details in the video. See, I'm bagging it up already. I want these details in the video so you can sort of help define them a bit easier. It's probably going to be a lot easier just to update the mask page with regards to the HHN section and just put every image possible up I can to, you know, describe them with. Maybe include a collector's edition deluxe and HHNs as two sections, one after another. But already back in his bag, look, you see. He's going to sit on the floor for the minute. So, bloody hell, this one needs a bit of attention, I think. Right then, so you've seen a standard EU flexible mask, second run, Foshan made deluxe. You've seen the glow one we've just gone through, and this is basically the same mask in a way on an Asda piece of stock, if we can even say it like that. So as you can see, this particular one is a 2012. Again, very glossy tags, which they do exist, of course. Not always on every mask, but for whatever reason, there's some that are super glossy like this. Standard screen for branding, not the traditional ASIS that we've recently seen a return. And Asda's, all Asda glows, 11, 12 and 13 had this particular barcode. This was an Asda creation of a barcode. This was their own barcode. And up here Where are you? These numbers, the D blah blah blah, I'll probably read it out, it's a lot easier because I'm going to have to get a new camera. But it says here D18B 0912. Now 0912 immediately means September 2012. So you probably got underneath, if I peel this off, this is going to be a July to September 2012 manufacture date. And then it just says 033 afterwards, which I don't know what that means. But every Asda mask in the 11, 12 and 13 that was an Asda Glow standard shroud, they put these sticker barcodes over them. And there are still barcodes, of course, on the tag underneath. So if I hair dried that off, you'd see the factory barcode, the normal 9206, and manufacture date under there, which is going to probably be July to September 2012. See, as I get closer, it's not the best. But yeah, 052449 551 Asda barcode only. So this is the only other form that we know of to date, as of time of recording, as I keep saying on previous streams. This is the only other form, as of now, recording this, that the glow type ultra white mold mask exists. So it exists, as you've seen, on the Deluxe hood, and it exists on a standard shroud only with the Asda glows. They've not been seen anywhere else. So almost like a UK exclusive by accident. So 2010 Asda had zombies and bleeding masks and kids masks. No sign of these in 2010. Just didn't have them, I don't know why. 2011, 12 and 13, Asda obviously got in touch with Funworld or the factory or whoever. Can we have some glow masks, please? I said, oh yes, of course you can. This is what came from them. So the one bad thing about an Asda Glow is that inside they have the same label. All for the years, the same label. Which you're probably thinking, well, what's the problem? Well, although there's only small differences in fonts on these labels over the 3 years, at any point on this label during the 3 years was there any manufacture date whatsoever. So an Asda Glow standard shroud, as you see here, unless it has a header tag, you cannot physically define the manufacture year. Not that it always matters, but sometimes collectors are very picky and want one from every year. Fine, I can understand that. But if you've not got a tag, and somebody messages me, hey Tim, I've got Asda Glow, no tag, what year is it? I don't know. Got no clue. Asda being Asda, they want their own barcode stickers, and they want their own inner labels, and their own inner labels means no manufacture date. The only thing I can tell you with regards to Asda Glows that can help different... can't say the word. That can help define a year, possibly, is that... Where are you? 2012... 2011, yeah. So a 2011 Asda here. A 20. I don't know why this is, and this could be various differences on loads of masks over the years. I don't know. I didn't see every single Asda mask produced in 2011. Look at this. It's barb snapped. I've got to rebarb him. His barb's still here, still on the top. Bloody thing. Again. They've got to go stupid with a barcode again. Your own little sticker there that fits into the middle of the white portion of the tag there, and it's not a full sticker like the one before. So I put 2011 on there because I hair dried it off and then stuck it back down. But as you look at these, yeah, this one, as you can easily see, appears to have bigger eyes because of the paint job. Yeah, so a 2011 Asda, I hope I'm not get anyone dozing off to sleep here, but a 2011 Asda will always have appearance of bigger eyes. 2012 and 13s will always look like this. Thinner, squintier eyes. Not the most thin, not the most squinty, but definite when you look at them side by side. This one's got bigger eyes to look at. and this one's always got, seems to be smaller eyes. So if you're trying to find Asda mask and you find one or two, and maybe somebody's sold you an Asda mask from 2011 and 12 or 2011 and 13, look at the eyes. If one of them appears to have bigger eyes, it is more than likely 99% a 2011 mask. So again, without the tag you cannot positively always define what year it was made. But a rare mask now, and I really hope that Asda get the arsing gear and get some ordered for this year now that the film's in theatres at this time. And I really hope this Halloween there's some Ghostface in Asda. Will there be? Who knows? But they bloody better do. But with comparisons to Collector's Edition Deluxes, this is the only type known to exist, as I say at time of recording, where this is the same as a Deluxe Glow. But only the mask is a single piece, not the shroud. Obviously standard shroud, Deluxe dwarf shroud, as they call it. What's this one? So yeah, another Asda Glow 2012. Again, see this one looks a little different with the eyes, but they're not got the same, I don't know, largeness as the other one seemed to with the 2011. But again, every mask can be different because of the way the moulds are and the way the material flexes. It just is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Right. So to continue on with Deluxe dwarf hooded masks, let's have a look. Hello Melinda, how are you doing? My God, happy Screen 2022 weekend. Yeah. Let me just check the chat before I carry on. Yeah, retroactive. See, that's the 20. Yeah, you got me. Blah 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 blah. Thanks so much for doing these vids. Oh, I hope I'm educating a little bit. Any of you want to set your alarm clock? Yeah, set it if your dinner's going to be ready soon, because I waffle on a bit too much. That's the missus. I'm about as welcome as a bleeding headache with her. You know, a headache, you'd instantly think, you know, if someone said, oh, do you want an headache? You go, no, piss off. You don't want to know, do you? That's what it feels like here sometimes. No, piss off. Because we're rambling on about masks. I can't believe someone was afraid and stormed out because of the plastic green knife. Yeah, well, you know, scary knife that, you know, do a lot of damage. Yeah. I'd probably snap it if I tried anything. I mean, for God's sake, what do you think it is? Not sure how much longer you're going to be on. Wasn't expected to be on till later. No, I'm busy later. I just wanted to get this one done at an earlier time. But yeah, okay, Squire, not too bad. Are you referring to me? He knows what I mean. Is Alfreda's aim pet fan. So anyone else going, what's he saying? Are you referring to me? You won't understand. You got my address, just send them on. Yeah. Keep getting that funny itch, Dylan. Every now and again. Fingers just go funny. The Asda shroud is much longer. Not as such. It's about the same as a standard shroud on many masks. Ultras, as in ultra whites themselves, not the ultra Asda ones. But yeah, they're about standard size, standard length. Someone wanted an old ASICU stamp of mine. They had spots in a trade. Sadly got lost in the mail, so I had to give up a 2010 or 11 EU. Can't remember which. Good to see Melinda again though. It's been a little while, which is not a bad thing, but good to see the name. That's due to how the eyeliner is painted? Yes, more than likely. More than likely. Feeling a little woozy here, without spoilers, and I know it's hard, but did you enjoy? Did it live up to expectations? That's for another stream. I didn't hate the film, but I've seen it twice, so you know that's probably going to tell you something. But yeah. It was okay, I'll just say. I will go in more detail on a different stream when the films have been out a bit longer. But yeah, I could go to the cinema and enjoy myself on the second viewing more than the first. Yeah, I mean, Asda Deluxe next to EU. Oh, okay, let me have a look. Okay, so Asda next to, so we get the tags level. I need a white background because I just mask it off even more on the black top. Yeah, so they're about the same. If I get the tags to sit right, they're about the same. So Deluxe, Asda. So yeah, they are about the same length overall, which is weird for a Deluxe. Again, it is what it is. So moving on. Don't worry, you can all go home soon, don't worry. It's like doing a bloody class, this is. Not even a teacher. We're just a prick, man. I know what I am. Okay. So here we have... Geez, this is thick, this is thick. This is really thick. This is a weird... Hang on a minute. Alexa, turn off office light.
Okay.
Oh, he glows. He glows. You don't see it much on the stream, but... Oh, he glows. That's why he's the colour that he is. Now it's making sense. So, another type of the Collector's Edition Deluxe Hooded Masks, or dwarf style. It's like teaching kids, it really is. There we go, a bit of gloss on the old header tag again. So same standard sort of Collector's Edition tag. Again, big bold font again. Dongguan, Guangdong, China, April to June 2011. You can possibly just make it out. So again, remember, EU stamps, the much smaller, finer font, much neater font. Glows, reshoot TD masks. Again, the Dongguan, so this isn't a Foshan made mask. Weirdly enough, it's the same colouring as an Asda Glow, and as I've just tested under the bulb, it does glow. The mouth cuts were always considerably lower on these, which you probably can't see the best of, but there you go. So mouth cuts are meant to be more or less directly at the top of the mouth. On TD reshoots, or Walgreens reshoots, or whatever you want to think of them as, they always, many of them ended up with the cuts here for whatever reason. Was that to help breathe a bit easier because it was too high before, or was this just speculation of me, you know? But a lot of TD reshoot masks of this type, this particular mould, even in the 90s, had a much lower, sometimes, mouth cut. Others did have them a bit higher, it would variate depending. Which I'm guessing is just factory being a factory, and you know, there's always little differences with things that you mass produce. So, again, item number 93229. So reshoot, glow, EU stamp that's flexible, and even HHN is all 93229. So not always easy to identify unless you know your shit. Or go on a particular website, or ask fans, or even ask some idiot for details, and they'll try and get the message through. But here you go. One of the rarest Deluxe Collector's Editions, aside from HHN, is the reshoot Squinty Eye TD mould, whatever you want to think of it as. Walgreens reshoot, Scream 4 reshoot. Existed on this mould, this particular mask type, since mid-ish 90s. It was... Didn't somebody post one of these with an ASIS tag on it, I think? I believe these may have existed in their earliest true form on an ASIS pinky purpley tag, and after that we got them on the mask and cape set, which I have another one somewhere in a box around here. I think it's actually up in the loft because all my reshoots are together, apart from this one at the minute. But yeah, so this very thick, although very floppy. So yeah, it's very weird that the thick mask is so flexible, but very almost like a clammy feeling to it. Very sort of, your skin drags on it when you try and be, you know, run your fingers down it or your thumb. Almost drags against it. So again, reshoot Deluxe Collector's Edition. Dongguan is the factory. Okay, so just remember, different factories for Deluxe type masks. For the most part, it was Dongguan. For the EU stamps and HHNs, and I believe the Resurrections, because the Resurrection hasn't got a tag, it's more than likely going to be Foshan, or on rare occasion, possible Yangjiang, as I think they pronounce it. I hope no one over there in China hears this one day, because God, he can't pronounce for shit. He's just insulted our town. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Same with this one. Same with this one. Blah, 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 blah. Not the Asda pot. No. Please don't even go there. It is, although that description could match, but please don't start calling them Asda Pollies, for God's sake. Asda Glows. That's what I named them. That's what I hope they're going to stay named as. I always refer to them as Asda Glows personally, and I think, thankfully, it managed to catch on with a few other fans. A few. And Asda Deluxe. No, it's not an Asda Deluxe because it was way before Asda even got their masks. But yeah, in a way, Jordan, I know what you're saying. Are you going to the bar with your stool? Yeah, just nip to the pub pet with my stool. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Looked like Asda Collector Shroud was longer. No, it's the same. I love the TD, says Melinda. 50 quid. My TD is unique, doesn't actually say TD on the inside tag. A lot of them don't always say TD, and sometimes on the back of the chin, the TD will be actually under the shroud under here. You'll peel back the shroud from the inside and you'll just see the TD just there on the edge where they made the cut. So if anyone's got reshoots and you go, well, mine hasn't got TD on the back, it will have somewhere unless it was cut really short inside, but more than likely it's going to be inside. And don't forget, with the TD, 2011, the Asda Kids Mask was a pocket size TD version. So this, in kid size, in 2011, with a big, thick orange header, which I probably should have got out the loft, but it's still up there. Maybe next week or something. It is on another stream. Of all the streams I've done of Ghostface streams, it's on the other streams, and there's differences explained. I just don't know which date it was that I did that one. You'd have to search and look for every bloody video. But yeah, there was a mini version reshoot, and for the, was it, if I know, 2010 was the mini version reshoot with a big thick purple tag. 2011, because that's when the Ultras came all over the world. 2011 Asda Kids Mask was a big thick orange tag with a pocket size EU stamp. A child size ultra white mask. So an ultra white mask, as much as they're hated, it did exist in a small mask about that big. And the year before, in 2010, the purple header, Asda header, was, yes, a pocket size about that big again, TD mask. So TD mould in a small kids type, which was noticeably small, not just a bit small, very small, and a pocket size, as I call them, ultra wide, both on the kids types. So 2010-11 Asda, again, almost like an Asda exclusive among the fans and collectors that want these, you know, differences in types among their collection. So if at any time Asda does something, grab it, because it may not last long and it may end up being rare in the future. Same with any other mask sometimes. But yeah, so here we are, Zombo. I know it's zombie, but I just say Zombo every now and again. Let's compare. Notice that I am not comparing with the Deluxe Glow because it's spotty. Remember that fact. It's for very good reason, because I don't want this getting spots, and I don't know if this is capable of getting spots because it's a bit of a different material. Comparison. So, about the same. About the same. Yeah? Zombie's possibly a little longer. Or is it just the way I'm holding it? Zombie possibly a couple of centimetres, I don't know. Possibly a centimetre longer. Suppose you could always measure them. So the reason I bring this into the stream and talk with reference to this is, again, a bit of information about the header tag and the factory, which is, again, Dongguan. But last week we mentioned zombies, and you saw many zombies which were very flexible zombies with regards to the mould. Seamless back of the chin, no lines. Deluxe zombie, this is the alternate zombie mould. This is the lines on the back. You can't really miss them. So no stamp visible, no wording, no made in China, no EU. Even on this crappy camera, you can see that's basically a plain chin with a line all the way around. This is what we sometimes refer to as the hard mold zombie. Much sturdier, much stiffer. Listen to this. It's dented my desk. Alright, but much stiffer. Sounds like someone hammering a nail, for God's sake. And that's the chin, because it's literally almost solid. I'd jack my bloody car up with that. So here we go. Same item number, but this is where obviously you can't mistakenly identify a zombie. It's impossible. Or is there someone out there that can? Yeah, honestly, you can't mistake it. So one difference on the rear of the tag. Item number 93229 ZGF, as in zombie ghost face. I mean, the item number, fine, that's what it is. ZGF, you know what it means, but you can't really mistake that for an EU stamp white mask, can you? So harder mould on this particular occasion. I don't know if all collector's edition deluxe zombies were hard mould, but many of them have been. I don't know if any of them are soft mould. Any of you out there watching, listening now, watching this back at a different time, put in the comments. If you have a deluxe collector's edition zombie, is it the harder mould that's got this chin like this? With a line? Or is it the soft mould? Let me know. Send an email, whatever you want to do. So, you know, how do they identify that this mask is Fun Worlds then? You know, what did they do? Well, this is what they did. Which you're not going to see. Alright. All here, where my finger's just gone along, there are raised stamp letters. You will not see them on this camera, even if I do this. I don't think you're going to see them. Could you end up seeing them? You see them there? Where, near the finger? That's the word of made, I believe. But all along here, all along there is a raised stamp. And it says, with a light from above, made in Dongguan, Guangdong, China, copyright EU. So that's what it says. Let's just knock that off again for the minute. So again, Dongguan, factory producing zombies, glows, reshoots, collector's edition, dwarf stipe hoods. Whether first or second run, whether thick or thinner mesh. Got a hole in this, look at this. This was actually from a Spirit in Halloween of 2013. So yes, I know Spirit Halloween, but yeah, Halloween 2013 when I was in New York. I really wish I could go back. But this came from a Spirit store, and this was about the best one among the masks that they had, which was very few. I also picked up a Pocket Screamer zombie type as well there, last one on the counter. But yeah, sadly the mesh had taken a beating. Pricks had tried it on, obviously put the fingers through it, which is sadly one of the defects. And yeah, it didn't have the best paint job either, as you can easily see. I mean, you look at him in the background, you can see even from the camera view that that is a bit darker and more detailed. Obviously Frank's touched that one up very nicely, whereas this one almost seems a bit too plain. It's almost like a very light browny grey colour, just with the odd blotch of yellow here and there. I keep it down! Bloody cat. Scratching that scratching post, which is what it's meant for, but she don't half get carried away. He's shouting at his cat. One last thing with the zombie. Made in Dongguan, Guangdong, China. 11060 HFW11. So 11 is basically the year. The 060 is the April to June. And yeah, a bit of a different barcode, but again, the big bold font, more spaced out, not like the EU's. So for the minute, among the standard deluxe collector's edition range, we've gone through the types mainly. What's it? I'm missing that on the chat there. What's that? Mine has a TD stamp, no TD on the tag. Yeah, they don't always have TD on the tag. I don't know why. It can variate with many different masks. They all variate with differences. Whether it's tags, inner labels, whether it's barcodes, whether it's factories. There's that many differences with this son of a bitch, honestly. That many differences. Let's have a look. TD is unique. Blah 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 blah. The bang against the table test, classic. Well, it does what it's meant to. Definitely are some that can. Yes, I've got 2 pocket screens myself. The regular and zombie. There's like 5 or 6 others. I know some used to come in costume packages as well, didn't they? Which was always a gig because I never found them. In fact, I remember seeing one in the Spirit Halloween and thinking, well, I don't really want to buy a costume. It was only, I think it was only a standard costume, and I was like, no, I've already got one, and it had a little screamer on, and I thought, should I bother just because it's got a screamer in? And I saw the counter one, and I thought, well, sorry, I'll just buy it off the counter. And I really wish now I'd bought the one with the bloody picture of it on the costume card, because that'd have been another variant for the collection. But where is my screamer? Oh, he's up here. He's holding up the stab tickets at the minute with a fan going, so I'll leave him up there. You can't see it, it's just off camera. Right, so Collector's Edition TD reshoot, Walgreens reshoot, whatever you want to call it, Screen 4 reshoot, we've gone through. Dongguan, China, main factory. Zombie Mask, Collector's Edition Deluxe, Dwarf Hood, of course they're all Dwarf Hoods as they call them. Dongguan, China. Again, all April to June 2011 for the most part. The separated one, which does have the look of a 2011 Asda, definitely, with the size of the eyes. You can see it probably quite defined on this image now on the webcam. Those eyes do have a big look to them. Almost like the plastic mask at the end of the recent trailers. And at the start of the film. Or was it the end of the film? I think it's the end of the film, actually, of Screen 5. But yes, again, Dongguan, whatever they call it. Yeah, Guangdong, China. Separate them away from the others. Let's have a look at this, actually. Where are we? I'm just curious with the Asda glows, because there was 1 or 2 I'd hair dried the label. Ah, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Ah, yes, we got a couple of them. We got a couple of them. Look at him, he's got a thread hanging down. What's happened to him? He's only been in storage. This one, Jesus, it has the appearance of the very old flip-up Ghostface, that, with the way the cheeks are spread. Cheeks are spread, did I just say that? The sides of the mouth extend outwards, shall we just say? Because someone's going to comment, aren't they? But here we go. This is one where I've hair dried the label to see what was underneath, and I didn't really press it back in any hurry, and it's just curled over. See that? So again, Asda Glow, made Dongguan, Guangdong, China. 11060 HFW 11, which is 060 April to June 2011. And that is what it is, April to June 2011. Asda put their horrible barcode on, I've hair dried part of it. And that's what you see, and I've just put 2011 on just for good measure. So again, Asda Glows, Deluxe Glows, TD Reshoots, Zombie Collector's Editions, Dongguan, Guangdong, China. And this was the same on all years of the Asda Glows. Let's get next ones. I'm just going to leave me Asda Glows on the top. I don't want them associating with that Deluxe Glow down below. He's got the lurgy. Spread those cheeks. There's always one. There's always one. Thank you, Jordan. Right, get out your band. So, this is a nice mask. This is a nice mask. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of spotting, which isn't good. What we got here? Resurrection. So, Screen Resurrection. No tag, which is something I said to Roger. Yeah, you sent me a Resurrection mask. I forget why he sent it. I think that was a charity donation as well. Done a few donations over time. But he sent it, I think 2016, he sent this resurrection mask, and also a very special mask. One of them I can't send, show on stream. Which I was confused at the time. I was like, why did he put this special mask in? What's this special one? Never seen this before, Then I found out the info. But the resurrection, I was like, oh, no tag. But I said, well, it's off the set of Resurrection. There's probably no tag. I was like, okay. Again, you'll see on the interview in the future, he doesn't speak exactly like that, and my impressions are bad. But that's for another story. Oh, this has got strong smell, this has. So here we are then, let's compare. Don't run over me masks. So, I told you this video could go on a bit. Right. Collector's Edition EU stamp as seen earlier in the stream, yes. Flexible EU stamp, non-glow. That's one thing I forgot to say, okay? No glow whatsoever. Here we are. Black and red tag. These have been seen on Deluxe Collector's Edition masks with and without this item number sticker. Notice the item number that you should be able to read. Item 93229. Indicating it is a Dwarf Hood Collector's Edition, mask. About the best way of putting it. So, comparisons. See if I can get out of the way of the background. No, the black and red seems to be possibly longer. In fact, seeing it from behind, I can see it's definitely longer. Only a hair though, only a hair longer, just like the others. Let's try and raise it up so you see the difference. Okay. So, your standard one from before. Back he goes. And then slightly longer shroud. Black and red tag, April to June 2010. So here, made as expected in Foshan, Guangdong, China. Now this particular item, for whatever reason, I believe this is possibly more header tag related than mask related. I'll look at the label in a minute if it's got one. So this says item 9206S, but remember, you've got a sticker on the front, sort of cancelling out the back of the tag. So as you've just seen, item 93229. So this seems to be a standard header tag that was placed on the mask for whatever reason at the time, stating no, it's not a 9206S, it's actually a 93229, indicating Dwarf Hood Collector's Edition Deluxe. Why were these on these tags then? Good question, one for RJ again, upcoming interview, keep an eye out. But some of these have been seen, Collector's Edition masks, without the sticker. So you're like, well, where's the sticker then? It needs to identify it, doesn't it? Does it really matter as long as it's got something to hold it to hang in the shop? But I believe some of these, I think it was some of these, not sure whether they were stickered or not, I think they were. Again, possibly Nate Reagan or Douglas I'll have to confirm this with. Maybe even Ryan Hills. I can't remember how many people know the facts on this. Possibly more Nates in this particular occasion. But I think some of these without stickers, again, to be confirmed, I'll have to clarify, but I think some of these without stickers were sent to the Next Chapter bookstore for Screen 4 filming. I think, could be wrong. And then I think also some of these were sent with stickers to the set, and I can't remember the involvement of them, whether they were part of the bookstore filming or whether they was gifted to people that was extras. It was something like that, I'm sure. Again, possibly Nate is going to be in the know on that if I ask him. So I'm not saying it's gospel or stamped, it is what I'm saying. But let's have a look inside. But RJ just sent this randomly in a box one day with this other special mask. And I was like, bloody hell, what's this? And I thought, it's one of those deluxes with the earlier tags. Sadly though, oh dear, he's got stuck on the material here. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, the barb's hooked itself inside on the cloth. There we go, has that got it? Oh, come on, man. There we go. No, this is a... Yeah. So I personally don't think... Again, you can't really see the hand, so it's definitely a later run. I don't believe this to be a first run at all, even though the tag is earlier, indicating an earlier mask. In this particular case, I don't think the tag means shit. The fact it's got the item number on possibly means they didn't have enough collector's edition tags, hence as we saw earlier. So they put this on, whack that item number sticker on there to redefine its type, and that's what we end up with. There's no inner label on this whatsoever. So there's no barcode inside with the big label and no thinner label with the factory. So all we've got to go off is basically what's on the back of the header for the factory details, and then it's even in question as whether that is actually where it was made. But more than likely, EU stamp, it probably was made at the Foshan factory. It was only the other types made at Dongguan. So interesting mask on its own, because the tag appears to be wrong and with the wrong details on the back. So again, one I'm going to have to put on the list for RJ, and trust me, this list is getting long. And as I stated last week, he's predicting it's going to be at least an hour of interview. So I'm sure you lot will all enjoy watching it when it's finally done. Day off, so take all the time you need. Oh, that's good, that's good. Super anxious for mine to arrive now so we can figure out what's going on. Yeah, I believe with regards to your mask and with regards to this particular mask, that it's basically just a tag that's attached for the sake of having a tag on it. I don't believe in these instances, with and without these codes, these stickers on it, and with and without yours, with a difference in the header tag, it may not guarantee the manufacture date on it. I don't know for sure, but you know, confusion is definitely there somewhere. Do you know if Asda will send any Scream merchandise? I don't know. I got no idea. So here we're on to Resurrection. The only thing I can suggest with Asda for the upcoming Halloween, which is obviously months and months away, is get to about August, September time. Go on Google and type in Asda Scream Mask. Yeah, not ghost face mask, but Asda Scream Mask. This will result in older Google results of Asda listings, sometimes displaying even with a stock image of their own. Sometimes the old links can be reactivated with new stock, so you can click the link and it'll actually say, oh, order. Sometimes it's done it in the past, it may not do it again, I don't know. But I always say Google Asda Scream Mask or Asda Scream Ghost Face Mask and it will pop up there somewhere. Normally August, September of the year before the Halloween. And whoever does the Asda Halloween section of the website, there's normally some sort of listings, even brief just to start it off. And you may get lucky finding something. If it is on the Asda website, more than likely we're getting them. But with regards to last year and anticipation of the film coming in January, I thought Asda would have got their arse in gear and had Ghostface items, whether just masks or whether anything else, but they didn't. I do hear Asda was taken over in recent months, so maybe that could be part of the reason. But I really hope that with the film doing as well as it seems to be doing so far, that maybe they're going to kick their arse back into gear and get some merchandise this year, because I know for one thing UK fans will be checking, including myself. But I couldn't say whether there's anything guaranteed or known to be coming as of yet. It's just way too early. Let's have a look. Do you know anywhere selling... I'll tell you what, if I had 20 quid for every time I got asked that question, I don't mean to be nasty, but if I got 20 quid every time I got asked that question, I'd probably be in the £1,000 range now. At this current time, I do not know of anywhere in the UK at time of recording this particular stream that is selling the 25th anniversary EU stamp mask, vanilla smelling mask. I don't know what is going on. The UK stock is still in customs hell, trading standards hell, limbo, bollocks, whatever you want to call it. We're still waiting for stuff to be actioned upon. I phoned the distributor days ago and says, "Hey, look, what's the latest? There's stuff going on behind the scenes trying to get the stock released. In similar cases in the past with completely different items, non-Ghostface related, there have been situations where it's had to go to court and a judge has had to rule one way or another whether the distributor gets the stock or not. For whatever reason it was, whatever stock, I don't know what it was, but it is known to happen. So when all of the stock and the container got to the port in late October, although it was late and although, you know, it was had to be unloaded, obviously, it would have been getting to people if all went to plan. Either just before or just after Halloween, people would have got mask costumes, whatever else they wanted, yeah? But it didn't happen. Bastards pulled it and it's been there ever since. Still there now, and slight possibility, who knows, could it go to court and there has to be a ruling to say, right, release the stock. Your reasons for pulling this is not valid. Will it go to court? Will it get released in the next week? Will it come in the next month? We honestly do not know. Some people online are blaming Mad About Horror. Stream the other day, I heard people saying, right, Mad About Horror holding the mask back. Mad About Horror aren't holding anything back. They want the mask as much as you and me. It's nothing to do with Mad About Horror holding masks back. Nothing. They don't hold masks back. As soon as they get the stuff, they're sending it to you. They're notifying you. Mad About Horror are number one in my book. The distributors are waiting for the stock to come out of the port because the bastards are holding it in the port. So it's still in limbo in the port. Distributors are pining for it, knowing we're pining for it, knowing Mad About Horror's pining for it, knowing I'm pining for it, and knowing everyone else that has ordered Ghostface is pining for it. But we can't have it. It's crap. It's crap. We're rambling. But I'm going to continue my Deluxe Collector's Edition talk. But honestly, it isn't good. And I don't know if it will end up going to court, whether it comes to that. Whether next week we'll get a phone call and say, oh, there's masks, yeah. Have you got the money? Because now we've got them. It could go either way. Either way. We honestly do not know. Like somebody said the other day, what mask are you wearing to the cinema? I was like, I don't know, you know. I thought I really want to wear a 25th anniversary mask, but it's the only one I've got and it's tagged from Ryan Hills. Thank you, Ryan. And I thought, no, I want to leave it up there, just in the background here. So I left it. And I went to the first showing of the new film in a bleeding ultralight, for God's sake, just up here behind the screens. Because an EU stamp I had that was always loose and untagged, I did a trade with Clive recently, and he had it for his Screen 5 costume promotional videos and, you know, to have in his collection. He remeshed the eyes, I believe, as well, which is always a good thing. Because my gluing actually came off when I remeshed the eyes. Or re-glued the eyes with the original mesh. But yeah, it's honestly the only thing that's been allowed into the UK, if you haven't already known, which you should already know, has been the costumes. The reason the costumes were allowed is because it stated on the costumes adult in big bold letters, and when they pulled a costume out they could see it was adult sized. Whereas apparently part of the speculation of the Ghostface mask being held is because that some people in trading standards think that the masks of Ghostface, Metallic, Ultras, 25th, whatever, Vipers, Scorched, yeah, Devils, they believe that the masks are aiming at a kid type audience and they don't want that. Rumour had it that they was taking some of the masks for testing to see if they met CE standards, which is a standard of toy or regulation which has to be on many items allowed to be sold in the UK. Again, I don't know that 100%, but that's what I've heard via a rumour, which I do tend to believe. So somebody saw one of these with a 25th tag in the trading standards. Goes, I think that's aimed at kids. Why? Again, I mentioned this on the stream last week, and every header tag almost to these days says adult costume accessory recommended for ages 15 years and up. How the hell is that kid related? To me, a kid, as I said from last week, is being born to you probably about 13, 14, maybe even 12. Look at the ratings for cinemas, you know, with the films. 12, 15, 18, you know, in the UK at least. But no, it's not good. It's not good. In regards to the masks, forgive me, but you do sell some on how does it work? Is there a waiting list people need to get on? No, basically, when I announce that I've got my masks, which I hope is going to be sooner rather than later, I'll do a stream and I'll tell people what to do. I don't want a mad rush because it stresses me out. But at the same time, I invite the mad rush because I've got items coming that a lot of people want. So like the 6 costumes, that's all I could afford. But they was allocated within minutes when I told people I was ordering them. So I've got 2 costumes going out tomorrow, 2 to follow, and then 2 I'm just going to keep for the collection at this time. So all my 6 were just gone. Yeah, 2 are going out tomorrow. 1 Canadian, 1 to USA. Do you know if the screen mask can be bought wholesale? Not really, not to private individuals, no. There's a seller on eBay who is selling counterfeit. What? There's a seller on eBay selling counterfeit. If there's somebody doing that, send me the link, please. We need to look at that. They better not be. I don't even own Ghostface, and it's annoying me. They better not be. Still waiting for my 25th stuff. Yeah, we all are. We all are. It's horrible because we're pining for it and we just can't get it. Supplies in the US have been severely delayed. Everyone in the US that's got a store or some sort of shop has been told February 2022. Remains to be seen, obviously, because it's not February yet. So keep your fingers crossed for USA stock at least. It's frustrating. That's crazy. The resurrection is beautiful. It is beautiful. Children commemorating something probably double their age by that logic. Yeah. Love the resurrection. Hopefully I'll be lucky enough to catch that stream. Yeah. If I'm doing a stream in the future because the stock is here, put it this way. If I get notification tomorrow, a week's time, whatever it is, say, well, okay, distributor here, yes, stock's coming. I say, okay, where's the money? I say, okay, I'll do the money because the money's waiting. I shall then go to social media, Twitter, Facebook, website, my website. I say, look, okay, stock is on the way, but don't panic. Be patient. Don't go emailing me 50 bloody emails saying I want a box of EU stamps because it ain't going to happen. They come in boxes of 12. I'm not selling them by the box. No. It's not happening. 2 or 3, yeah. 12, It's too much of a risk to send across the pond, or even if in the UK sometimes. I don't want to risk 12 masks in one box with the postage. 1, the cost of the postage. 2, the worth of value of the masks in the first place. And 3, I can't always trust the postman. So 2 or 3, I can possibly afford a refund on. A box of 12, it's going to cost me. It's not worth it. So anyway, the phone rings as an example. Says, Tuesday coming, phone rings, distributor. Right, I've got your mask, yeah. They'll be with you Friday. Okay. Come Friday, I'll physically have the boxes on the stream. I will stream and say I'm streaming, and I'll say, right, this is how you do it, and I'll tell you live on stream what you do. I may even take names on the damn stream, and then we'll go from there. But until the stock is released, if it's released, that's when we'll proceed forwards and tell you what you got to do. Bear in mind, I have not got the biggest order of stock. I only have 108 25th anniversary masks coming. I'm not rich, I don't earn a lot. That's all I could afford. Plus I've got all the other types coming. Scorch, Devil, Viper, yeah, Ultra Whites, even Ultras, Metallics, and whatever else I forgot to put onto my list that I've got confirmed as an order. So also bear in mind, Mad About Horror, more than likely, I don't know if it's a fact, don't know if it's true 100%, but more than likely Mad About Horror's probably ordered the most. Again though, go to my site, go to the links page. Mad About Horror, Deck the Halls, another website recently added to the links page. Keep an eye on them sites. All of them, Deck the Halls and Mad About Horror, have got them items listed on the site awaiting stock. Mad About Horror obviously have pre-orders, you can notify when back in stock, and I believe Deck the Halls have the same. So be patient, let's see what happens, and let's just hope they get out of the hell or the limbo that they're currently stuck in. Because people are waiting for these, and a lot of people. Let's have a look. I'd like to know, but what's this? Was it me that made the mask for the movie Scream 5? No, not personally, no. Fun World had the mask made in China, and obviously masks were sent from China on the EU stamp, and a lot of those EU stamps appeared in the film. But I do not personally make masks. I wish I did, in some way, because then I know when the masks are going to come. Be More Geek. Yes, sorry, Be More Geek, Spendle Noodle. You're very correct. Yeah, bemoregeek.co.uk, another site that have ordered them. Yes, my mistake. I knew there was more, I just can't remember them off the top of my head. So thank you, Spendle Noodle. How are you, by the way? Hope you're good. Thanks for filling me and everyone here. Appreciate it. No, that's okay. Right, let's continue. Excuse me, he's got a fake knife in the cinema and I feel uneasy. Oh, we're going to tell him to take the mask off, love. Right. So, rambling and rambling and rambling. Here we are on about stock, and let's continue the Collector's Edition Deluxe. I know people have got the questions, and it's fine. I'm here to try and answer where and when I can. So, it's okay, don't worry. We're not mad, not pissed off. But let's continue on with the remaining pieces of the Collector's Edition Deluxe sort of masks. So, we've seen a bendy EU stamp mask that does not glow, which is a standard Deluxe. Obviously EU stamp. We've seen the glow type, which is like an Asda mask in a dwarf hood. We've seen the zombie. We've seen the reshoot, which actually is like a creamy colour and actually does glow. Although I believe possibly there's reshoots out there that had a painted white finish and they didn't glow. Maybe they was in the mask and knife sets, I can't remember now. But mask and knife sets in 2011 had two types of masks. Shame I didn't bring it down because it's in the loft, but just for your information, the Deluxe reshoot obviously came as a single mask, but it also came in the mask and knife set. But also in that same exact mask and knife set, with the same type knife, was also a Deluxe glow type. So if ever you go on eBay, online anywhere, and you come across listings for a mask and knife set, Collector's Edition 2011, it could have a Deluxe reshoot in there with a knife, or it could have a Deluxe glow in there, like the Asda glow, but obviously a Deluxe hood with the same knife. So that's another form of how they did exist as well. Let's have a look. Fanman, do you know anything about the production of the Scream 5 costume? It's quite different from the costumes of the last 4 films. Not a fan of it myself. Personally, I know very little on it. I believe possibly Nate Reagan may know more on it, and I say possibly because I need to speak to him. Again, Nate is due to come on the stream soon in the foreseeable future, as in sooner rather than later, now that the film's released and people have seen it. I said, after the film's released, can we get you on? He says, yes, I'll come back on. Nate can then relax a little bit himself, because now that the film's released, he can now reveal some information in regards to how he helped, which he did a little bit of help, I believe, with regards to Scream 5. What details he knows with regards to the costumes and specifications, I don't know. We will have to try and find out. But no, personally, I don't know anything about the production costume of the latest film, unfortunately. I do know EUs were sent to set and lots of masks were sent to set. And at one time, would you believe, I was asked to go into my own collection and look for EU stamps that I could possibly send to set to help them out because they were struggling. Believe that or not, that's up to you. All I know is a while ago now, obviously during the main lockdown, I had a call, or was it an email? Might have been both. Have you got any of these masks? Any of these masks meaning EU stamps? I said, I may have some in the loft. I do hold a few back on purpose sometimes, but they had to be EU stamp. So I goes in the loft, and there's looking for about 10 masks. I thought, I don't know if I've got 10, and even if I've got close to 10, I'm not keen on letting them go because they're special. 2017 EU stamps were very rare as it is, and plus other masks that were EUs that were decent condition I kept for that very reason. So at one time during production, I had the question from Fun World saying, have you got any consent that can be sent direct to set. I says, let me have a look and get back to you. A little while ago on the Instagram, I put up a picture of a little like fan art of masks, about 7 or 8 masks. All EU stamps, different tags. But I think most were the same tag. One was a black and red. And I said, there's a story related to this. Maybe one day I could tell it. So at one time, I was asked to look in my own collection for EU stamps, decent EU stamps. Whether they're tagged or not, it didn't really matter. Yeah. Said, yeah, possibility, could need them for the set to be sent straight there. I says, right. I then got the message, go quiet. There was no activity. And then days later, I thought, well, what's going on? Do I need to send these or not? And I also said, look, if I send a couple, can I have a couple back, even if they're used for whatever scene? Just to, you know, my reward for helping them out. Can I have 1 or 2 back out of the 7 or 8 I had? The message came back days later. Oh, don't worry about it. We sorted it out. No need to worry anymore. Hold on to the mask. I said, okay. So I've still got them. But yeah, at 0.01% time in the production of Scream 5, this person was asked, where's your EU stamps? We need a few. True story. True story. I don't care whether you think it's bullshit or not. End of the day, I've got the proof on emails. But not saying you're all doubters, but honestly, some people could probably think, is he making this up? But I'm not making it up. It was paining me. It was paining me. I'm going for all these EUs going, I don't want to get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of it. And I had about 6 or 7 on the picture. And I was like, you know what? I don't want any of them to go across the pond. I don't care if it's for the film or not. I want to keep them, the nice masks. And it was paining me. And I said, RJ, you know, can I not at least get 1 or 2 back? Because these are beautiful masks. And he just said, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. And it was like 2 or 3 days. I was like, well, you know, these masks were there. There's a little pile in the office down here. I was like, what's going to happen with these masks? Will I ever see any of them ever again? But unfortunately, I didn't end up helping the production. Not because I didn't want to, but because they managed to source masks from, whether it's a factory or whether it was a box of masks. I don't know what it was, but they managed to source masks from another source. Source masks from another source. Managed to get masks from another source. EU stamped. And, yeah, do what they needed to do with them. So, in a way, I was almost connected to production. Almost. But then they went, no, don't worry about it. I said, okay then. But I was up for doing it, but even though it would have paid me, I'd have done it. You know, I'd have helped them out. Someone told me they had the 25th in stock, so I got 2. 1 for me and 1 for my son. That was 3 weeks ago. Jesus. Called them back, they said, I thought we sent that out, so I'm shit out. Bloody hell, that's not good. I hope you come across them, honestly. I've got 108 ordered. So there's a fair few that I'm going to get if they get released. But honestly, Mad About Horror's probably going to be the person that's, or the company that's got the most ordered. So hopefully they'll have some left over. And anyone see the email the other day, just on the subject? Did anyone get that notification email the other day? All of a sudden, on a random afternoon, was it 2 or 3 days ago? Email, Mad About Horror, Ghostface costume now in stock. And, Oi! Look at that! Look at that, it's back in stock. We're in about a minute and a half, that's it, gone. I sent the link to Scottish Lenser, Woodsborough Slasher, normally in the chat. Sent the link, said, hey, you wanted a costume, get on it. Oh, they've already gone. I was like, oh, for God's sake, how many did they have? Honestly, she were that close. Normal price as well, normal price. Oh, good, cheers, mate. Hope you enjoyed the new film. Yeah, I've got an opinion on the new film, but that's for another stream. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. I noticed some scenes, it sparkles, some it's not. Yeah, I sort of noticed that, yeah. They said they had overspray on them, and that's why no one bought them yet. I was just happy. Yeah, happy just to order them, exactly. As long as you know you can purchase them, you don't really care about the overspray, exactly. I love Nate, he's the best. He is, he is. Thank you so much for answering my questions and the additional input. I'm surprised that someone needed to go private collectors for EU masks. I wouldn't say they had to go private collectors. It's more the fact I've had contact with RJ for so long now. 11 years, for God's sake. 11 and a half years. You know, and he knows that my collection's vast. And I thought he probably just sat in his office thought, well, you know, maybe Tim's got some. Because he knows whatever I can do to help, I will do. Even though if it pains me. You know, with these masks, it was going to pain me, honestly. But I'm guessing that was possibly his thought process. I don't know. But at the end of the day, me and him talked quite a lot. And, you know, I said, look, if ever you need anything and you think I can help, then give me a nudge. And that's exactly what he did. And I tell you, it pained me. Laying them masks out in a little half fan, half circle, and taking a picture, I was like, oh, these masks, they're going to be creating history here. I don't want to get rid of them. Yeah, it's okay, we found some more. I was like, okay. Sigh relief. But yeah, I think that's why he personally reached out to me. I don't know. That's assumption. Maybe they'll come back to you for Scream 6. Yeah, I'll still be shitting myself then. You know what? I'm probably going to hoard every EU I ever find now. So, RJ, if you need any EUs, yeah, as long as you can guarantee I get one back at least with signatures on. And they'll probably say, I can't guarantee that. Who knows? Makes me wonder what's going on where they don't have those on hand or come produce and eat. I'm guessing they got onto the factory in the end and just did what they needed to do. At the end of the day, it was something needed in a very short time when the contact originally came. I don't know, maybe he just come across the box and that's what was inside. Maybe it was, okay, phone call to China, look, get on it, we need them ASAP, and they did that. I don't know. Look how many times in the past this been an example that he's had an idea for a type, wanted to try it, he's had China make the type, then he's had it sent to him, and then he's looked at it and gone, oh no, I don't like the look of that. Gold mask being the perfect example. Gold hoods. You know, very similar. Wanted to see what they look like, decided against it, no, let's not make them. So maybe it was something like that, I don't know. Tag Fantastic's just gone up in a certain online auction for a whopping 600. I don't want to know. I don't know. No offence, Spangle Noodle, but yeah, Fantastics and fans and the prices. There's some bitch slaps needed, I tell you. There's some bitch slaps needed. As in, get real. I just need a bit of a drink. I'm getting dry throat here, rambling. Sorry, but God almighty, I can feel my throat going dry. Okay, let's finish off then. Let's finish off. Here we go then, here we go. Just checking what we got here. What we got here. So this is number 248. This is HHN. We'll get Resurrection in a minute. So this is a personal mask to me. This is a mask RJ gave me when I actually met him. I didn't meet him and say, oh, this is yours. This was days after I met him. And he'd arranged to see me and the missus in a restaurant. And I says, RJ, you know, you in the office? I think he said, yeah, I'm in the office. I says, is there any chance when you come to meet me and the missus, bring me a HHN? I says, not to hand over. I'm not ordering you say, give me a HHN. I says, can you just bring me one so I can see one in person, you know, person, so to speak. I says, can I just see one in, you know, for real? Have you got one about? And he goes, I've got one about, I bring it down. I says, okay. Again, not an accurate impression. Anyway, he came, brought it down, I had a good look at it, you know, perused it like I do with every bloody mask. And I said, this is a really nice mask. And I handed it back. And come the end of the meal, I think he says, you can have it. He says, you deserve it with the website. I said, oh, again, haters are going to bloody hate, aren't they? Oh, look, he kissed us having a meal with him. It was just a meal, man. It was just a meal. You know, you meet someone that you really want to meet, and days later you get to have a meal with them. I'm damn right going to do it. And honestly, as much as it sounds like a fish for a HHN, it wasn't. I just wanted to see one. RJ in his nature, that's just how he is. It was end of the meal, and he just picked it up. He says, you can have it. I says, oh, any chance of a LOA? And he goes, what? I says, well, we're going to the Fun World office in a couple of days. I says, you think you could have a letter of authenticity as confirming what it is? He goes, sure. I says, okay. And I remember he did me a LOA for the HHN and one for one of the gold hoods he gave me. The gold hood with a white mask he gave me in his office. He says, would you like to have it? I said, RJ, you've already done me a HHN. So with the gold hood and the white mask, I said, I'm not just accepting this, here's $50. What's that for? I says, well, you like your charity donations, take this $50, do it to whatever charity. And he goes, you sure? I said, yeah. And he says, you don't have to do that. I was like, no. I says, just take the $50. I says, make me feel a bit better. Just put it to whatever charity. And I think he did it. But this is how he. It's just his nature. He's a nice person, and it isn't because he gives masks away. It's because it's just how he is. He gave us a full tour of half of Port Jefferson, for God's sake, which is in Long Island. He gave us a tour of in and around the area of Port Jefferson with relation to his book at the time. Me and the missus were in his car, and he says about the missus, he says she has the patience of an angel, because she's patient, you know. He's there explaining about the story and the book and the locations and where we were at the time and why we were there, and she was just quiet. She's not one of these ones that nags all the time. Not at that time, anyway. There is some nagging, but you know, everyone's got the reasons sometimes. Right then, I'll double check the comments, and then we're going to get this finished. Let's have a look. That's a cool story. I'll never own a Gen 1 at $1,000. $1,000 is way too much for a Gen 1. Unless it's tagged, which hopefully it's a genuine tag with genuine barbs. But even then it's a bit... I mean, I paid $1,000 for my tag, fantastic, from Douglas. And it was painful. But at least I knew it was what it was. And then obviously I got it signed. Plus it's been in and out of Fun World 2 or 3 times to help with projects. So it's got a bit of history with it as well. I did, and they were gone in 15 minutes. 15? I thought it was 2 minutes. Jesus. I live for your RJ impression. I hope you don't watch these, you know, because they'll probably say, you think you sound like me? I was like, no. Me and him did a test video call a couple of weeks ago, you know, so I recorded off the screen and we did a Zoom. And it was so good just to see him in his office talking and, you know, see him and talk with him. And I could hear him saying some things, and I thought, God, I wasn't that far off of the impression. It's more the voice tone I can get close to, rather than the accent. I can't do the accent. But yeah. That was Crypt Keepers, so hopefully they... Oh, Crypt Keepers, yes. A few people have talked to me about Crypt Keepers recently. I'll just say that at the minute. Bless him. Yes, it was bless him as well. He made me feel so guilty. I was late to the stream on the 25th. Oh, for God's sake. I'll tell you what. Hang on. Let me read the rest of this comment. Oh, Nightmare Toys. Yes, you did very well to do that, because not a lot of people knew to go to that website. So yes, you did excellent to find that site, use the link, and then actually get something from it. So congratulations on that. Yeah. Well, just for the record, before I end this stream, when I get my 25th anniversary mass, if I get my 25th anniversary mass, and I'm singling these out as a particular type, yeah? When and if, but if I do get my mass at 25th anniversary, I will be selling them at a standard retail price. No bullshit, no price hype, no gouging, no being a wanker because of what they are. They will be normal. No messing about. I'm here to try and help fans. Listen, learn, advise, whatever possible. I'm only one individual, but I try to be good. Try. Sometimes I get annoying questions. Other times I get questions at 3 in the bleeding morning. Is this a Gen 2? Are you serious? I'm trying to sleep. Get out of it. But for the most part, I try to help. So these particular things, £10. Of course they're not going to be £10. This is the sample mask. Yeah, this is going back soon to the distributor. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know what happens with them. I've got the sample costume, this one, the Viper, the... what's the other one? The USA flag mask. All down below in the box, ready for reference with the RJ interview that I'm going to do. So I'm going to use them as reference, ask him about them. So this is going back, but when I do get these of my own personal stock, if they are eventually released, these will be reasonably priced. I'm guessing £20 to £25. No more than 25. No. That's my personal preference. That's it. You've heard it on the stream, if the stock is released. Okay. Let's finish up this, because I'm rambling. So you have seen on this stream Deluxe Collector's Edition masks, aka dwarf style hoods. You've seen the non-glow Flexi EU stamp, you've seen the glow, you've seen the zombie, you've seen the reshoot. Reshoot's always in mask and knife sets. Glow types also in mask and knife sets around 2011. We then continue on and we get what many fans consider to be what the how can I put it? Many fans wish that first and second run deluxe masks were to this exact same quality of this HHN. Okay, so HHN came along again 2011 and again made in Foshan. So remember, EU stamped deluxe masks, HHN and even the regular HHN event masks, all of them were Foshan. The standard deluxe mask with a more flexible EU, which wasn't, you know, the same run as this, again Foshan. And on rare occasions in the past, with the standard shroud EU stamps, more so 2017 and even a few years before, they was made in Yangjiang and also in Foshan. So you've got to do your research, you've got to check your inner labels, you've got to ask questions, ask Funworld if necessary, maybe they can help you. But honestly, you've got to know your shit. I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit from what I've learned. So this particular one is number 11 out of the 250 batch. So HHN's was a project extremely, how can I put it, watched over from start to finish by RJ Torber. RJ watched this project like a hawk. Minute one to the final minute, he was involved. He wanted to know factory was doing what they was asked to do, and he wanted to be in charge of it, which he was. So let me just bring up on my own website off screen, which you can't see at the minute. It doesn't matter. So Ghostface Halloween Horror Nights mask. So obviously 2011 Scream 4 came out in the April on the 15th. Later down the line, months later, the HHN event, as many USA fans know I'm sure, Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, they had the Ghostface event, which was a Scream 4 Terror Tram, among other things that happened on the event, which you can see on the Scream 4 page on my website with a fan video from YouTube. I think it's still there. In fact, you know what? Let's just have a check to make sure what I'm saying is valid. Is it still there? It is still there. Okay. So Screen 4 page on my website. There's quick links at the top. It says like fan video of HHN. Have a look if you've not seen it. And it's basically a slow walk through the whole event. So anyway, with regards to information on the HHNs, this is the information provided at the time by RJ, which I'm going to probably make you drift off to sleep saying this, but have a listen. This is on the website under the Ghostface link. So Ghostface link, click it, scroll down, HHN information is there on my site. People was asking at the time, these HHN masks, can I buy them Walmart parties? You know, where can I get these masks? How do we know they're special? Blah, 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 blah. And RJ then responds with this. I guarantee you, since I was the one that had them made, only 250 special masks in big bold font were made for the promotion. I sent 200 to Universal, some to the Weinstein Company for certain employees there, a few to Wes Craven, and I've been giving some away on Twitter here and there, which he did at the time. These masks, remember this is from 2011. These masks have either been signed by me on the mask or the inside of the bag, depending on what the fans have wanted. Many people got this particular type of rustly bag, and there'd be a red marker that signed on it, you know, to so-and-so, whoever the fan was, HHN mask, 1 of 250, RJ Torbett on the bottom. One fan that got one like that was Zachary Cook. Anyway, these masks have even been signed by me on the mask or the inside of the bag, depending on what the fans have wanted. I have a few left. This is 2011. I have a few left and will eventually give them away on Twitter at the right time. They are not available in stores, he put. They consist of thicker material, a slower production run to make them as perfect as possible. So these were pussyfooted through the production. Pussyfooted meaning really slow. Pussyfooting, you're hovering, you know, you're loitering, you're hanging about. It's a really slow progress. So these are extremely thick, very precise on the paint job, very neat and tidy, very, I don't know, detailed, so to speak. Very accurate masks. So all the line around the mouth, the nose, the eyes is as precise and as perfect as can be. For the most part, these are a matte black finish, not always a glossy black. Resurrection masks are a glossy finish for whatever reason, which is weird because you'd think with TV there'd be a glare. It's going to cause a problem. But these were all matte finish. So that's what it says on this block of text that he put on Twitter at the time, 10 years ago. And he also says, it was my choice to make this special edition for the promotion. So his choice to do HHNs. One, to have a perfect mask at Universal was one of the reasons. And two, to have collector's editions out there for some enthusiasm, etc. And believe me, there is enthusiasm for these, son. Definitely. A lot of people, as he just said on the chat there, with Jigsaw JP, Mr. Jordan, like a dream mask. In a way, yes, I can fully understand why. So, again, rear of the tag, item number 93229. So it doesn't help, does it? When trying to get a listing on eBay, or maybe somebody sent you a link to someone who's got a mask for sale and they think it's HHN or a Deluxe or whatever it is. Someone could say, oh, what's the item number? It doesn't matter. They're all the bloody same. Apart from the zombie, they're all the same. So that's where the item number, sadly, doesn't really help us out very much. This is where you've got to go off the descriptions, or the pictures, or even somebody physically sent me a mask the other week, which was a first run collector's edition, yet it'd been sold it as a HHN. I have mentioned this before, I'm not going into details, but a known collector sold it as a HHN. It was nothing like a HHN. The only thing the same was the tag. The rest of it was 100% different. But that's maybe for another day, who knows. Collector wasn't happy. Would you be? 150 quid for something that isn't what it's meant to be? I know what I'd be saying. Anyway. So you've seen all the other types of Deluxe Collector's Editions. We've had a bit of talk here and there about different things because of what's come through in the chat. So let's finish off. So, get the hand in there. Just get me bottom of my arm in the wrist in the frame there. You can see that my hand's under the shroud. Can't really see much, can you? Even with this daft webcam, you can't really see much. My hand's in there. Yeah. So number one, thicker material. Number two, when you look at this close, this is much tighter, smaller weave. So the original Deluxes were, how can we put it, like the little squares in the mesh were more spaced apart, yeah? On the HHNs, they are insanely close together. Yeah, much tighter weave as, I don't know, seamstress or whoever in the upholstery world, or anyone that knows the shipment material, you know, would describe it. But much thicker, much tighter weave, much smaller sort of little squares, if you want to even call it that, yeah? Whereas the first and second run collector's editions were much easier to see through your hand, and the little square holes were, you know, a lot bigger holes. So, you have the Viper. Ah, Mr. Kyle, yeah, we'll sort it out, mate. We'll sort it out, don't worry. So, overall, there was a couple of, you know, sort of masks available with regards to HHNs. There was the 250 batch, and as we know at time of recording, again, I've got to re-clarify a lot of information with RJ, and hopefully he's going to remember this one a bit better, because he was start to finish involvement. But yeah, for the majority of it, the HHNs had the differences. Some did glow, some didn't glow. And that's basically where you've got your differences with regards to easily identifying. Where are we gone? I've lost me link now. There we go. Where you gone? Yeah. So, this mask is, what was this? This was This was number 11 out of 250. The weirdest thing with the HHNs out of the 250 batch is they was not all numbered. So not easily identifiable inside or on the chin or, you know, wherever the numbers would have been. The numbers are all very rare to be numbered and in different places. Whereas the MTV Screen Resurrection was all down the side of the chin, down here. There was MTV edition #5, #6, #7 or whatever it was. 1 to 10 masks. That's what he said at the time, there was 10 resurrections. These, like on the other mask he gave me when I met him, it said 248. I said, how do I know it's 248? And he'd written a 248 on the back of the barcode here in biro. I was like, okay, but he knew it was 248. Later down the line I acquired 249, then I got rid of it in a trade to get one of my Fantastics back. So 249 was with me, then departed. 250, as I know to this day, is still with RJ somewhere at Funworld. He hasn't let it go. It's 250 still there. So 248 I got. Another charity thing was done a while ago, a few years ago now, and he sent me number 11. And I says, oh, I would have loved 250, but what have you sent? He goes, I sent you an early one, number 11. I says, okay. And 11 came, which is what this one is. But the main identifying feature of these, on these HHNs, is the shroud is really thick. The item number can't really help you, but it's made in Foshan. It's the finer font on the back, and there's only a little bit of bend in it. But they're very noticeable to when you squeeze the mouth like this, and when you try and flex the mask. It's flexed, but it's stiff and it's sturdy and it's hard to move. If I try and bend it in half, I've got to do two hands. But you're basically looking for a thick, very tight weave, very small sort of squares in the mesh, and a very thick padded fringe. The other ones have got a bit of pad as well, but also a bit of a longer shroud. Not the longest shroud ever done, but a bit longer than the first and second runs. Maybe even a little bit longer than the second run. But let's just compare it with the standard. Let's try and get the white in the background again. See, only a little bit longer, as suspected. On the HHNs here, this is your standard second run. So standard, you know, original sort of mask, if you want to call it that, the earlier version. Very easy to flex, a lot more pliable if you're doing this. I'm trying to bend it. This one looks easy on the camera, but honestly it is stiff. But these things, basically an EU stamp that's very stiff and sturdy that does not glow is quite possibly a HHN. Now if you go to the inner labels, then again these are more likely correct. So made in Foshan, Guangdong, China, 11060 Rex 07. See, this is where your Rex little codes start coming in, which Funworld understand and we don't. Manufacture date April to June 2011. Style is #93229, as in Deluxe Dwarf Hood, Collector's Edition. Yeah, again made in Foshan, Guangdong, China. Now in this particular one, again they're not all numbered. There's not many numbered, but this says in there, you just see on back of the mouth #11 HHN. Further down, that's RJ's signature, and I'm sure you can see that on the camera. So number 11, RJ Torbett, yeah. So main 250 batch do not glow. Remember, they do not glow. So let's throw him in the bin, he's getting in the way. Yeah, right. Then we move on to what's the second to last mask of this stream. Now this, straight away differences. Alexa, turn off office light.
Okay.
And he glows. That isn't just the PC lights, but there is a bit of glow there. It's died off now though. You see it more when he's in the back. Right, so this particular mask, yes. Now this is almost like an alternate HHN. What do you mean alternate HHN? Well, one of the 250 batch HHN, or any of the 250 batch HHN, of course, do not glow, as we just say. This particular HHN will glow. And this particular HHN has a different feel to it overall, with the fingers touching it. It is still thick and sturdy, so again, this is how it can fool people. So you got two masks that are thick and sturdy with no tags, and even if they have got tags sometimes, because it's all the same font, all the same factory, all the same item number, this is your difference. So for whatever reason, someone contacts you. I've got two untagged masks, EU stamp, thick and sturdy, I don't know what they are. Okay. Does any of them glow? Yeah? Check the mask inside. What labels are inside? More likely it's going to be the same as what's in this and even the other one. April to June 2011. Foshan, Guangdong, China. The Rex 07. But this particular one, you got this random fan emailing you, want to sell his untagged mask, or even tagged. See if it glows. If it glows, it's really thick, really sturdy, really fine weave, really small squares, can't see your hand through it, you've more than likely got a Universal shop or Target. Apparently some were seen in Target stores, I don't know. I'm not a USA fan, I wouldn't know. But you possibly got a glow HHN. Again, look up people that are in the know. Myself, Douglas, people that own the masks already. Carry on, you know. Anyone that's got a HHN, you know it's got a HHN, ask them the questions, try and identify. So a glow, thick, sturdy EU deluxe style mask could be a Universal HHN type. Normally sold for the $30 range and only sold majorly, for the most part, in the Universal stores at the main event. Which always confuses me as to how the hell did they even arrive in a Target store, you know. But people had found them in Target stores for whatever reason. I'll still not ever know the full story on why, but they have appeared in these Target stores in the past 10 years ago. So a glow type, basically a sturdy mass, is possibly the Universal store of a Target purchase, and it is a HHN. HHN meaning not of the 250 as such, which did not glow, but you basically got a HHN Universal that does glow, whereas the other ones are part of the 250 batch and they do not glow. Either way, whether you get the store-bought or whether you get one of the 250, they're beautiful masks, precise eyes. But this one, let's have a look. Yeah, so this one, because it's got the glow chemical in there, or the powder or whatever it is they put, this has more which you won't see on the webcam because of colour correction. I could edit this in Adobe Premiere and probably get it more precise, but honestly, in person, to look at it next to you, this compared with this, yeah, this one is more of a creamy, almost Asda glow tone to it with regards to the colouring in the actual mass material. Not the same by far. Asda glows are like what I call a very creamy finish. This has got a slightly creamy finish with a slight shine on the top of it. This one is what RJ refers to as the bone effect. So this is a really nice matte white finish, no shine, although some Deluxes did have a pearlescent finish. Not all of them, but the main HHNs didn't really have the pearlescent finish. The Deluxe standard ones were known for a bit of a shiny finish, even if slight. But the HHN's standard 250 batch, bone effect as RJ calls it, matte white finish, dull, and a bit smoother to the touch. This one, a little bit rougher to the touch, slight bit of a shine, almost a similar tint to the Asda creamy sort of glow, or the creamy look. Only slight though. You can't really see on the the video here, but you can see there's a difference with this colour and a difference with that colour, even on the webcam. This one looks a little darker, that one looks a little paler. So non-glow 250 batch, glow universal store, aka Target, for whatever reason, Target stores. Okay, so there's your HHNs. Again, thicker weave, much smaller squares, a lot harder to see your hand through them. Saying that, just a quick comparison. I know there's something in the chat. I see a few comments, so just let me have a look. So, Asda Glow, almost a creamy colour to it. You can't probably see on the webcam. And then HHN Glow, Universal Stores HHN, I say. That's just my personal preference. So you can almost see it's just not that pale bone effect white. It's a little bit of yellowy greeny there, and the same with this. In all honesty, you've got to have the mask in front of you to see the difference. The stream, the webcam, whether I switch to the other webcam, it will not do it justice. You have to own both types to appreciate the difference. So I can squeal all day long, all night long. Look, this is creamier, this is whiter. You're not going to see it unless basically they're in your possession and you're looking at them side by side. Let's have a look. I wonder if RJ has a favourite variant of the mask. Yes, he does. He stated his favourite variant on the stream last year on an audio call. And his favourite, would you believe, HHN. Why? Because it is involved from start to finish, and 2, his personal opinion is that he believes it to be the perfect Ghostface mask. Now, of course, before anyone starts biting me head off, there's many opinions of what a perfect ghost mask is. Many are going to say are fantastic faces, whether it's multi-dot, whether it's single dot, whether it's the double dimple, whether it's the other one, which I totally forgot now. The splotch, the splat, yeah? Again, everyone's different, but RJ's opinion of a perfect Ghostface mask was a HHN, and he was proud of his project that he saw from start to finish. And it shows with regards to the fans. Although some fans may not favour a HHN or are fantastic, many fans do seek a HHN, and the ones that have got them definitely want to hang on to them. So that speaks volumes by all means. Right. I found a tag Gen 2 in a black block ASIS tag. Yeah, that's good. Get on it. Black tag ASIS, all good. That's sweet of you. Sorry for my stupid questions the other week. Emailed to about. No, that's fine. That's the reason I'm here. Still learning about which ones I have. No, I understand that. That's perfect. Those 2011 days. Isn't it, Richie, eh? Isn't it? Them 2011 days. Less pricks online, less bloody YouTube. You know what I mean? Healthy, what was it? Friendly competition, my ass. Wes says on that episode of Castle. You know what it is, Rich. Friendly competition, my ass. Remember Wes. Remember Wes. Beautiful, beautiful cameo there. HHN on my dream list for sure. Same, says Melinda. I have that Viper. Yes, Mr. Kyle, we'll sort that. Burtbench Designs. Oh, watch him, watch him. Hey, chicks and chaps. Hello, Clive. You're saying if they get released. Yes. Do you think there may be a possible we don't get them? Cray, I honestly don't know what's going to happen at the minute. I don't know what's going to happen. It's not my department, so to speak, you know. It's between the distributors and it's between trading standards. That's all I know. I don't even know how far customs is actually involved, whether it's just singly trading standards. All I know is the GITs are still being held and it's trying to be sorted out. You know, we don't know sod all else. What it made me laugh the other day when I saw a Mad About Horror stream, which wasn't one with me on, not the other one. Not the one with this ugly sod on, but a different one. And I only saw a brief part of it, but at some point, or was it the one with me on? I can't remember now. It may have been at the start of the one I was on, where Charlie was waiting for me to come online. But at some point or somewhere online in recent time, somebody thought Mad About Horror was the hold up for the mask. I was like, it isn't Mad About Horror. Nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with anyone that's ordered the masks. It's the distributors and the trading standards where the communications are going on. That's all it is. So I don't know whether they will be released, whether they won't be released. It's almost 3 months now. Yeah, where we are, what, 16th of January. I think it was around the 24th, the 25th of October, the bastards pulled them in. Yeah. Surely, I mean, I don't know the law. I don't know all the rules with regards to this type of thing. But surely, almost 3 months, there's got to be some sort of give and say, look, if you're pulling them, pull them. Or if you're letting them go, let them go. You know, can we know which way or the other? And that's what we're waiting on. I have heard a whisper solicitors are involved. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But it's all these fans want these masks. And the fact we've only had costumes, it's a bloody crime. It really is. How many times you read in the news that a ghost face mask has somehow made a child not be able to breathe properly and die, you know? How many times you heard a ghost face mask cause a problem with regards to youngsters getting an older one and something bad happening? You don't really hear it. You see sometimes, sadly, in the news in the past that some prick has took a mask and committed a bloody robbery with it. Because they're pricks, and that's exactly what they are. But honestly, we don't know. We don't know. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Yeah, it don't matter about a thumbs up. If you're watching and listening, that's enough. If you want a thumbs up, thumbs up. But I'm here just trying to provide decent information on the masks, and then we're coming to the last one now. Really great to see the differences between all these masks. Makes me a tad bit jealous, but well, I get jealous watching Douglas's videos. Bloody hell. Have you seen his videos? All those masks in the background, all those masks I've never owned, you know. I'm sure we've all got stuff. And then you ever used to do it as a kid. You get to your mate's house and you see, I don't know, Turtles figures on the shelf or something, or Optimus Prime or Megatron. You're like, oh, I haven't got that one. Shall we do a swap? Can I have it? Ask your mum if we can do a swap, you know. There's always things people have got that, you know, others are like, bloody hell, I want one of them. I always like it as a kid with Transformers and with, you know, other interests at the time, whatever they were. I was going to say Pink Panther, but I only like Pink... Among all my friends, I like Pink Panther and the cartoons and whatever merchandise that was, you know, I was allowed to have on my birthday or whatever. But no one else of my mates really cared for it, so there wasn't really any competition or go around their houses and seeing a Pink Panther on the shelf, say, oh, can I have it? Do you want to do a swap? You know, can I buy it? It didn't happen. But with these, yeah, obviously these are highly sought after and collectible now, depending on type. And yeah, I'm sure among many collectors, there's pictures you see that go online and you think, oh, you bastard, I want one of them. It's even worse with a gold mask, you know. Some people say, oh, you only have them there to boast. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I don't, honestly, I don't. I want them there because I want to look at them. It's simple. They get dusty, for fuck's sake. They're not good. It's not good having them out. They get dusty, but I want to see them. I want to look at them every day. One's 1 of 9, the other 2 of 1 of 1. It's not my fault that's what they made. You know? But there might be people that say, oh, yeah, they had them gold masks to show off. Okay, then. Been online 15 years, but, you know, I'm just here to piss everyone off, you know. That's how it makes you feel sometimes. You're like, no, you know, at the end of the day, they're just jealous bastards. The people that talk like that, you know, not everyone else. But yeah, I look at Douglas's collection and I see this whatever mask he's got or Resurrection. Even the other Resurrection, I'm like, yeah, that's a nice one, you know. They're all nice. But did you know that Dead by Daylight, the game Dead by Daylight, what obviously Ghostface is in, among other killers, licensed as well, you know. Did you know that Dead by Daylight, the behaviour that make Dead by Daylight, the game company, they own one of these Resurrection masks? Anyone ever notice it in the promotional video for Ghostface going into the game? I tell you what, I bet you didn't notice it. How did I notice it? Well, easy. Every Resurrection mask had that on the side. After production, as far as I was told. DVD promotional video of Ghostface, you see a slight shot of this, almost like this. How is it in the video? I think it's similar to how I'm holding it there. You'll see it on the video. Look at Ghostface Dead by Daylight on the Behaviour Interactive, and you'll see it somewhere. But you can see this line of text, obviously with a different number, on the Dead by Daylight video for Ghostface when he first went into the game. So at some point, RJ sent a resurrection to Behaviour that create Dead by Daylight. And you can see quite easily. You pause the video, MTV edition. I think they had number 4 or number 6. I can't remember. It's a bit blurred to see. I'd have to ask them for proof. But they have got one. Happened to me, is it? What's this? I do, says Richard. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, my ass. Also, I was looking on eBay. I take it this is the aforementioned counterfeit EUs. Have a look. I haven't seen your link, so maybe send me that on Twitter or contact email on the website, because I can't see any links showing up. Oh yeah, on social. So I'm reading too late here. Look. Send a link on social. Seems too good to be true, but then again I got a tag 97 ASIS for $10 from a stock image listing. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. A few years ago there was a shitload of ASIS and it said damaged stock because they had just small little imperfections on the mask surface. But yeah, people snapped them up quite quick. That was about 4, 5, maybe 6 years ago. That everyone went for them. Everyone went for them. I got a few myself. Happened to me as a kid. Swapped some G.I. Joe stuff for Omega Supreme. Oh, no, that's the Transformer. He was a big fucker as well in the cartoons. His mum found out and the trade was swiftly undone. Yeah, yeah. Because Omega Supreme would have been pricey, that's why. I love to just have another 2010 EU. I've only ever got one 2010 EU, you know. I had a bunch of them. And every one I let go to fans apart from one. I found it in the loft the other day. I was like, thank God I've still got one. I might have 2, because I think there's one here just off camera. Just past the pink fluorescent on the edge of the camera. There's one there, but I think that's all I've got. That's all I've got. I used to have about 10 of them. Honestly, I'd love to just have no 2010 EU. Some people sell them for $50 to $70, but most well over 100. Yeah, it's a bit shitty. Beware the Green Eye Monster. Shakespeare still holding up today in the mass community. Yeah, I have an April to June. There you go, Jigsaw. Skull Splitter. See his comment. He's got a mask for you. Right then. You know what? It's a goddamn shame I'm not allowed to show that mask that I'm forbidden to show on stream, but honestly, just thinking about details with regards to, I can't say shit about it now. Anyway, let's finish off. So this stream has been going 2 hours 41 minutes, which is way too long. I don't want to be touching 3 hours. Plus the missus will be back soon. And it's dinner time. So here we are. Anyone still watching, which it says 20 viewers, you are all very tolerant and brave and patient if you're still watching. But I hope maybe you've learnt a few things. So number 1 then. Unfortunately, there is no header tag with this mask. Number 2, if I remember correct, I don't think there's a label inside of this. No, there isn't. God damn it. I thought it was only one that didn't have a label, not 2. Does have an elastic strap inside, a thin one. But there you go. Onset, MTV, Scream 3, RJ Talk. This has been on stream before, so I'm not trying to big it up. I'm not trying to boast. Please don't see it like that. Some may have seen this picture on Instagram on my account there. But it was known that between the production and between RJ and Funworld at the time of Scream Resurrection, I was getting some cat ears off it, that Scream 3 was just basically what they called it because it was the 3rd season of the series, although a lot different to the previous 2. And there was also the special, of course, which wasn't really special, was it? Anyway, between talk of RJ in production, they just called it Scream 3. Obviously this is not Scream 3 2000 because it's years later, but this is just how it was referred to. So on set, MTV, Scream 3, RJ Talbot's signature a bit lower down on the side of the cheek there, so to speak. And this was, if you tip it the right way, this was, it's a little bit blurred because that's actually because it's seeping into the mask, but this is number 5. MTV edition number 5. You probably only just see a little bit of the EU stamp there. It's there. I know you can see a little bit of it. But yes, copyright, Easter Unlimited Ink, made in China. Copyright is my mask. I wish I did own Ghostface, my god. Anyway. Trying to think the best way to put this. Very similar to a HHN with regards to quality, although there are differences which you can possibly easily see. So number 1, twisting round, you can easily see, because of the lights in the PC, that this is a glossy painted black mouth and nose, and even around the eyes. So this is again precision painted, I'll call it. Very neat and tidy, very precise in the edges, all around the mouth, all around the nose, all around the eyes. It's as precise as they could do it at the time, although it's a black glossy finish, not a matte finish like the previous HHN. Now the shroud does have what looks to be a very similar, if not the same material as the HHN. Again, very tight weave, very small little check squares, very close together, very thick, and yes, you can't easily see the hand. You see the wrist again, so there it is, my hand going into the mask. We're not putting it on for the stream. There you go. It is in there. You can't really see the hand. So, very precise eyes. Very precise nose. And very neat paint all around the mouth. And yes, you can see a bit of light through the eyes. See in the background there. Just little bits as the light creeps through. But that's expected because it's a meshy material. Slight smell of vanilla still left on this. It's been in a box most of its life, unfortunately. Again, no tag. I'm trying to think what was stated with regards to production. I believe these were early 20... I don't know whether those late 2015s or early 2016s. Again, confirm with RJ maybe. But again, very thick masks. It looks to be really flexible on the stream. You're probably thinking, oh, I'm making it look easy. But it is still sturdy. There's possibly a little bit more flex to it than a HHN. HHN's probably sturdier. But definitely a thick mix, although probably not the same mix as a HHN. But the main differences with the shroud, let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. So basically the same style of shroud, the same stitching, the same shapes. We've got like a couple of curves down here. And obviously the bottom of the hood is what they seem to prefer to do with the Deluxe Collector's Editions, where the hood will be here, the very bottom edge of it, and here. But the main noticeable difference with this and the HHN is, one, not as stiff and sturdy, although there is some stiffness there. Number 2 is the glossy paint job. The same precision paint job, but glossy. You can't really mistake that from a matte finish. But the main difference of the hood is the actual fringe, if I can even call it that. Whereas it normally flop over with, you know, a few centimeters in width, this one is actually very thin. So you see the line in the middle there, obviously stitched from the middle, and then the shroud at the back, which is obviously folded over for the video for this second. But the main fringe, very thin. Okay, and although this is a store-bought HHN, it's just like the other HHN, but look at the thickness. So remember that line, and then remember the thickness. Yeah, really thick fringe on HHNs and Deluxes. No matter what Deluxe it is, they've always got that thick fringe. Yeah. So remember, from that line, thick fringe. Almost, well, it does. It interferes with the forehead of the mask in a way. Covers part of the forehead, like my hat on me. Yeah. Whereas this one, it's like he's had his hat taken off, or he's reversed it round with a, so it's backwards. So really thin fringe. That's probably the thickest bit, the top centre there. But as you go round, really thin until it starts getting to the bottom where the hood comes out. See there? But really thin all the way round. So for whatever reason, one of these popped up online, again, for whatever reason. You're looking for a sturdy mask that's got a bit of flex. Number 2, it's going to have glossy paint, really precise. Number 3, probably most important if genuine, you're going to have MTV edition with a hash and a number. And also the very thin fringe, and more than likely no label inside, and possibly guaranteed there's probably not going to be a header tag. The only reason I say if these ever appeared online is for a simple reason being that after the production of Screen Resurrection was complete, I was told that there was a charity auction of some sort that MTV had arranged. Auction went ahead and many of the production used masks were sold. So what does that mean? Wow, something that we just said is a little bit obsolete. Why is that then? Well, I don't think that line of text on the side was seen in the Resurrection show, was it? Of course not. Did they edit it out? Was it CGI? I don't think so. So I honestly think, and I'm pretty sure I confirmed this with RJ before, which I can reconfirm, but the Resurrection masks were made and produced, painted as we see, sent to set. Same style hood, exactly as you see it here. This was a mask from the set, yet it's that good a condition, I don't believe it was used. I don't know for sure. Maybe they used it 1 or 2 scenes, up close shots. I've got no idea. At all. No idea at all. But if it was used in the scene, even if it was just sat on the set and they did nothing, I don't believe RJ added this until he got them back. So there's a slight possibility that somebody out there does own Resurrection masks without the text on the side of the chin, because it was directly from the MTV charity auction after the filming had wrapped. So Resurrection masks out there do exist without the number on the side, as far as I'm aware, that I can double check with RJ. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So when he got the masks back, I think that's when he numbered them. So yeah, again, it looks blurred. 1, because the camera's crap, but 2, because it is a bit blurred, because it is actually seeping into the mask fabric. But this particular one, MTV edition number 5. So just remember, thin fringe, precise eyes, nose and mouth paint, glossy paint, very thick material, and basically a sturdy mask, but not as sturdy as a HHN. Again, if you haven't got HHN, it's not easy to tell, is it? But yeah, if any of these ever popped up listed as a Resurrection, then I'd love to see the listing and actually go off mainly the hood. It would be the main giveaway, and then the paint afterwards. But they're not always guaranteed to have that on the side. So let me double check with the chat, and then you're free to go. You're free to go whenever, but you know what I mean. Let's have a look. Cease and desist him. Yes, in it right, Rich. In it right. Maybe one day we'll hear more on the super secret masks. Yes. There it is. That's it. That's all I can show. I probably shouldn't even show the back. I mean, it's just a shroud, for God's sake. You can't see anything. But yeah, that was it. It's Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's the mass. It is that mass, but yeah, I can't. Oh dear. Really is a lovely mass. Maybe one day we'll get a half decent Scream TV series. Yeah, have you heard them recent whispers, so to speak? Those recent little, pieces of information apparently coming from somewhere saying there may be another one, but personally, I've not heard nothing. I've definitely not heard anything via RJ. So I honestly don't know. You and me both, is this? Always love a glossy mouth on a ghost face mask. Brings back me seeing old ASIS mags on pegs back in the... Yeah, many black and red tags and... bloody hell, it doesn't matter what tag it was, does it? But many masks back in the day. Even a couple up here somewhere, they've got glossy paint. You think, oh, glossy paint's like a Resurrection. And then you think, well, not really, because that was before Resurrection. So yeah, Resurrection copied a previous style from the past. But you can see the gloss on it when I just tilt it round. Yeah, it does gloss around the eyes and the nose, but again, the camera being the camera, you're not really going to see it. But it is glossy. See if we really thick eyeliner. See a bit of shine there, look. Yeah. Wanna play a game? A game. An identifying game. Hand in there, spread them cheeks. Yeah, alright, less of it. I must be getting hungry. But yeah, that was the special mask. If I'd have flipped that round, trouble. But yeah, 3 masks that I want to show, but I can't. So who'll give me 50 quid for this? All of you, because it's worth a bit more than that. This is another thing as well. Last piece of information. Silica gel. Yeah. Just to the microphone. They're not drugs. Something I've never done and never will. Silica gel, yeah. Silica gel I always put in the bag with the HHNs. So this store-bought HHN with a creamy finish, almost like an Asda Glow. I've always put the silica gel in the bag with it, and it's never harmed it. But with my loft being my loft, or the missus's loft, I just put it in there as a precaution. But yeah, there you go. Exact same type of bag is what RJ sent the very special mask in. So similar, but that's about all it is, just the bag. But yeah, Asda Glow though, for the last time. Probably not going to see many of these in the future. I don't know. But yeah, Asda Glow. See if we can get a bit of glow on it before we go. Alexa, turn off office light.
Okay.
Nah, you can't really tell. God damn. It's glowing, I can see it personally. Yeah. It is glowing, it's just the webcam doesn't do justice. The stream isn't good enough. There you go. Yeah, but yeah, these things, Jesus man. So, I don't know, if you're a fan and you're out there, maybe one day you're offered a HHN, just remember the key factors, yeah. So, if it is tagged, you more than likely got the very fine, the very thinner font, which again, yes, I know it's not the easiest to... Again, I think there's a picture of this barcode on my website. Oh no, there is, but it's bloody small. I've just seen it. Yeah, we're going to update the pictures on the website with this particular type because I want people to be very clear in how these are defined and what particular things help define them. And even though, yeah, alright, standard deluxe runs EU stamps, which were flexible mass, did have the same thing on the back of the tag. It can help. But yeah, Jesus, this is really thick after just touching that Resurrection, then onto this. This is really sturdy. Yeah, so Resurrection is definitely more pliable, but very similar. But yeah, but these things, Jesus, man. Very thick quality hood, nice foam padding. Alright, the fringe isn't the same thinness as Resurrection, but that was a later thing. And yeah, just the main 250 batch were not glowing, and the store-bought ones were glowing. And the store, but see, this is the difference with that. This is a very good point, actually. The difference between a HHN Glow Universal Store and a Deluxe Glow is the mould. Immediately identifiable. So somebody's got an untagged mask on a Dwarf Shroud Collector's Edition Deluxe Glow. It will have a stampless chin, aka ultra white mould, but just with the glow stuff in it on the Deluxe Shroud. If you come across a HHN Glow, it is an EU stamp. So you got a glowing sturdy mask with no tag. It isn't a Deluxe Glow, it's a HHN Glow. Remember that one. Oh yeah. Yeah. So there he is. I want to keep this away from me HHN, but there you go. No stamp. Plain. I know it's hard to see the stamps even when they are stamped, but trust me. Plain Deluxe Glow. It's that same mask from earlier. There's no trickery, there's no bullshit. But yeah. Standard Collector's Edition Glow Stampless Chin. You won't see through the bag, but yeah. Yeah, see it just in the embedding there? See the china? There you go. Embedded stamp on the back, EU stamp for the HHN store-bought glows. So, non-glow, glow, HHN. And then Asda Glow, again, stampless chin. There you go. Right, just before we go then, if anybody has seen the recent Handmade by Robots figures, there are more coming. What's this? 248, okay. Right, so Handmade by Robots I mentioned last time. There was a couple of links on the last stream link in the description. But yes, Handmade by Robots have got variants coming in the future of many more types apparently. Two of these variants were recently acquired by another fan. One is going to be a glow type. Here we are, Asda Glows and Deluxe Glows. But yes, Handmade by Robots Glow is on the way. Somebody may have seen this on Instagram already. Handmade by Robots Fluorescent Green is on the way. If you want to go to hmbr.fans, handmadebyrobot.fans, basically, hmbr.fans, and you want to purchase any of the Handmade by Robots figures, no, this is not a sponsored video, but I've recently purchased them and I like the figures. But they also gave me my own promo code. Alright, it's 5% off and it's not the biggest number, but it's still 5% off. So if you want to go to hmbr.fans, type in the search Ghost or Ghostface and all of them will come up. Order whatever you want to order. Keep an eye on that site for future reference. And if you do buy anything, go to the checkout, type in all in one word, Ghostface site. So GHOSTFACESITE, all in one, Ghostface site, and you'll get 5% off. Also, Hello Sydney's got a promo code, which is exactly that, Hello Sydney. Unfortunately, you can't use all the promo codes known online and get 15% off or 20 or however many there are. It's only 5% off per purchase. So if you want to use Hello Sydney for Rodrigo's site, there you go. If you want to Ghostface site, that's in reference to my site. If you feel the need to buy Handmade by Robots Ghostface resin figures. Right. I feel like I've just promoted Handmade by Robots only there, which I did, but yeah, I've had the figures lately and I quite like them. To say they're knitted effects, they really do look knitted when you get close. It's only that you're touching them that you know it's a solid figure. But I do like them, and to say there's more variants coming, I do admire that. Plus, if you talk to them as a fan on their email, they'll listen to what you're saying and they actually acknowledge what you're saying. So Handmade by Robots a couple of weeks ago would only ship to Canada, and USA. Yeah. So Rodrigo says, well, look, I'm promoting these. I'm in Brazil, so they add Brazil. Then they add Italy. Then they add UK. Then they add somewhere else. But they've also just added PayPal. So I said, look, I purchased my stuff. You know, you got to send it. It says, yeah, we sent your box. I says, but how's about PayPal in the future? She says, oh, we'll look into it. They looked into it. Now you can PayPal it. So you can PayPal, you can have it more than likely sent to your country now. And if you do ask about sending it to your country, if it's not on the selection list, maybe they'll listen and add it to the selection list, because they do listen to what the fans say and they do act upon that as well. They don't just say, oh yeah, we'll have a look at it and that's it. They look at it and then they do it. Imagine if that'd be the same thing. Hey, Fun World, fantastic faces. Go on, do some more. Okay then, okay, yeah, alright, yeah. Halloween, look out for them. It'd be uncanny, wouldn't it? But Handmade by Robots, they do listen, they do want to know what the fans think and what the fans say. They've been told what the fans say and think here and there in recent time. They've acted upon it, and now it's actual fact. You can order in different countries and you can use PayPal on top of it if you feel the need. So it was nice to see them actually listen and then make it available almost bloody instantly. Like when I said, oh, UK shipping, it says, oh, give me a few minutes. Hour or so later, bear in mind they had to do what they had to do, whatever it was. But they acted upon it and said, all right, now you can order. We'll ship it to you. I said, oh, thank you very much. They even added in a spare figure as a plus because the postage was a little pricey. So check your costs on the shipping, check your cost at the checkout, act upon it however you're going to act upon it. But yeah, it's just nice to see that there was options available and it wasn't just something that only USA fans could get, only Canadian fans could get, We all had a chance of getting it, which is always nice. Oh, get more Auf Wiedersehen Pet video and done it. It's very interesting when you did it. I do miss it, Squire. I do miss it. I do want to do more. I've been going over 3 hours now. I said I'm going to try and end this before 3 hours. Sorry. But yeah, I will be doing some more Auf Wiedersehen in the future, which is this. People are again, Auf Wiedersehen, what's he on about? It's an old 80s TV show, British TV show, and I don't mean to be all British or best British this, but it's a British TV show from the 80s, very, very good. Auf Wiedersehen Pet. Auf Wiedersehen is because they went to Germany to find work, 7 British workers. Pet is with relation to the 3 main characters as we first see the programme. Pet is a reference from the northeast, which is called Newcastle. So some people as a missus may say to their partner, alright then love, I doing love. Alright me duck, I doing me duck. Alright then babe, I doing babe. Yeah. In the northeast the women refer to the partners as pet. Alright then pet. Or to a kid, alright then pet. So Auf Wiedersehen was because they went to Germany, so goodbye, and the pet was because they were saying goodbye to the wives to go find work in Germany. So Auf Wiedersehen Pet was what the working title of the show became, which in my opinion is genius. You watch the first 2 series, you will agree. Although some are hard to understand with the Geordie accents, you may like it. Because it's groundbreaking, record-breaking, successful stuff, and never bettered ever since being made in the 80s. There's my Auf Wiedersehen rant. Who are you? Oh, I am. Ask the last man, she'll tell you who I am. Mike Alligator's in the chat is probably going, yeah, that's the way, keep it coming. Anyway, we gotta let you go. I've got 75 quid. Yeah, I'm sure you have got 75 quid. Price goes up, you know, new film, price goes up, 150 quid. Yeah. Price goes up, new film, 250 quid. What's that? Oh, number 11, that's an earlier one. That's £1,000 there. Sometimes, you know, sometimes. These Fantastics, honestly. Not even, half of them Fantastics are not even tagged. And some of them are that shit condition with the brown, with the glue with the eyes. It's gone into the mask and you're like, Jesus, I bought a ghost face mask with brown eyes. Because it's just how old they are, isn't it? It's just how old they are. I'm going to bring my classic ASIS Screen 3 mask to the movies on the new screen. Yeah, well, that's about as close as you can get to it in recent time. Depends what you got in your collection. But yeah, an EU stamp mask will more than likely look the part. GameStop exclusive on the Glow. Yes, I think it is. So the Glow handmade by robots is a GameStop exclusive. Get looking on there in the future. The fluorescent green, I'm not sure whether that's just going to go on their site or whether that's an exclusive. I don't think it is. Just keep your eyes peeled on Home My Baby Robots. Yes, new stuff coming besides the line green and glow. Yes, they've told me quite a few things that are on the way, and yeah, keep your eye on hmbr.fans website and just keep watching it. There's a few things coming this year. Say nay day. To be fair, all I want from Funworld is to keep producing standard EU stamps. Also, might need to pick up some of those HMBR figures. The figures are nice. You referring to me? Innit, Pete? Innit, Pete? But yes. Yeah, what we got here? Yeah, 2012. Asda Glow. I brought all my Asda Glows down. All these are all my Asda Glows out the loft. 2012, another one. I just wanted to see him again on stream and just look at him in the light. This is This is a 2013. See little differences. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. This one looks whiter because it's closer to the ring light. This one looks creamier. Yeah, but just all these daft little differences with what is essentially just the same mould. What's this one? See, this one looks even creamier to me. Proper yellowy snot green bloody vibe to it. And what's this? This is a 2013. And then I think, what we got here? 2012. Jesus Christ, he does look bad, that one. Yeah, that's a 2011 with the appearance of bigger eyes. And then we've got a couple of bagged ones, 2012 and another 2011. Whoa, easy boy. I always put the HHN with the bloody spotty glow. Right, let me just move these out of the way. That'll do for now, I've got to go. Okay, so just to finish up then. If for whatever reason the UK stock becomes available, I've said this on stream many times, I'm going to repeat it here. I get a phone call tomorrow, oh, this progress, we're going to get the mask soon, I will let you know. Okay? If the masks do become released in the foreseeable future, whether sooner or later, who knows, it's just a big question mark at the minute. I don't know everything, I'm not part of the distributors. I do speak to them, but obviously I don't work for them. But I do not know the full situation. All I know is it's still in limbo at this time and talks are happening. They're trying to sort it out. One of the biggest annoyances of this whole situation is, number one, many fans have missed out with 2021 Halloween items that they was literally pining for. Number two, they're still in limbo. Number three, the only thing actually allowed into the UK that was released and now sold out just about everywhere anyway was the costume. But on top of that, think about it, yeah. I've said this on the other stream last time, probably even the time before, but the costume released because it was listed as an adult costume and it was adult size when they pulled one out and inspected it. plus it wasn't against any standards with regards to the drawstring, which was not allowed, which is why it doesn't have a drawstring. Think about the costume in another way. The costume is sparkly fabric with a bib style EU stamp. Doesn't really matter what mask it is. Bib style mask, yeah. But bib style EU in this particular instance with sparkly costume. Yeah? What's this? What's this? In a way, this is the same exact thing. Sort of. Not exactly, but think about it. EU stamp mask, sparkly fabric, sewn together to make a 25th anniversary mask, even though it's a sample, but yeah. But here we go, the same exact fabric, the same produced moulded mask, without smell on this occasion, because it's just the sample. Why can't we have these? If the costumes are released and people are enjoying them, alright, they're sold out and not everyone's got them, why can't we have these? It's essentially the same damn thing. The same fabric, the same mask. It's like, why? Just release the damn things, let's have our stock. And although we didn't get a Halloween that was ruined, and a Christmas that was possibly just a Christmas without any Ghostface, masking into people's collections, unless from private trades or eBay, just give us our damn masks. Bloody trading standards gits. Yeah. I retired 6 years ago. Yeah, thank you, Pete. Even so, let's end it there. So yeah, if there is the magical phone call or the miracle phone call saying, okay, master coming soon, get your money ready, if you're going to pay for them you can have them, which of course I will be doing, then yes, I will be announcing via social media and saying come to the stream. Via the live stream at the time, if it's released stock, I will then say how to go about ordering masks for myself. I'm sure many of you watching this or end up watching this, might not be live, that you possibly even got pre-orders already with Mad About Horror or Be More Geek or Deck the Halls or whoever. You may already have pre-orders, so again, just forget what I'm saying. But I'll tell you, whether it's Mad About Horror, Be More Geek, Deck the Halls, or any other shop or website online that's ordered them, no one's holding back the stock. Personally, no one's hoarding anything. This is an issue between the people at the port in trading standards and not letting the distributors have the stock. Distributors are not hoarding stock. Distributors was thought to have been by someone the other day holding back until the film release. That was not the case. This is just a genuine problem that needs to be sorted out, hopefully sooner rather than later now. It's almost 3 months, and I just want the damn stock. Almost £2,000 I've got to pay for my stock, because that's what I've ordered. But the money's sat waiting, and I just want to pay it and get me damn masks, but we can't. So, again, if the miracle phone call comes, hopefully soon, I say hope, but if and when a phone call comes, I shall be letting you know. Then you can talk to me on the stream, in the chat, and we'll say what's got to be done to order a mask via me, if you want to come to me. If you want to go elsewhere, that's fine, but just remember, I've not got the biggest amount of masks, and the most amount of any type of mask I've ever ordered is the 25th anniversary with a total of 108 masks. Bear in mind, a couple of boxes I'm probably going to keep held back for years to come, but that's my personal preference. But others are going to be available, reasonable retail price, that's the main thing. And other types as well if it's released. So if and when it's released, I shall let you know. We'll go from there, and that's that. Simple. Right. That's okay. See you soon, Jordan. Enjoy the rest of the night. I will, hopefully. Time for some dinner. But yeah, see you soon, Melinda. Melinda, $300. Okay, done. $1,000, $2,000. New film coming, prices go up. Chickens, what's that? Chuckins Plus Studios. Goodbye, Mr. Plus Studios. Take care. Chuckins Plus Studios. I'm going to look onto that one. Is that the Ghostface one? I don't know. We need to have a word across the pond, I think. See what's coming in the future. see what's out there on the listings and see what's basically licensed. But yeah, few people finding the plush lately. Also the plush from the big plush as well, don't forget that one. Right, there we go. Confirmation of the end of the stream. The front door's just gone, that means it's dinner. So we'll see you next time. Take it easy. And yeah, we'll see what happens with this UK stock, which is still in limbo. It better come out soon, I tell you. It better come out soon. But we'll see you soon. Just going to count out as usual because I don't know. YouTube always seems to cut me off. So take it easy, stay safe. See you next time. And if there's an update, then basically I'll let you know as soon as humanly possible. But see you soon. You got 301, yeah.